It is the Odd Couple. And with that password, guess what? You now have full access to this very fine radio program for the next 3 hours.
Not 2, not 3, not 4.
Thank you, LeBron.
Not 5.
Even though you didn't make the All-Star team, it's all good. No matter how you listen in.
Hall of Fame and awards shaming you.
Fox Sports Radio, foxsportsradio.com, the iHeartRadio app, SiriusXM Channel 83, and now live on YouTube.
Shout out to the YouTubians.
That's right. Thank you, Bill. Live. Say my name.
Rob Parker.
Say his name.
Kelvin Washington.
And we are indeed the Odd Couple on a Trash Talking Tuesday. Your chance to trash anyone, anything in the world of sports. We will not, N-O-T, interrupt you. Not at all. So with that being said, you also need our phone number because we are, without question, the most listener-friendly national sports talk radio show on the planet.
Ben Maller.
At least when people are still awake. Sorry about that.
Don't count. How you going to count it when they snoring? Doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make. They can't hear the show. They're sleeping. That's all right. Write
Maybe
it
that's
down.
Why I don't get to the Christmas parties.
Committed to memory, 877-99 on Fox. For you laymen who can't figure out the numbers and letters, 877-996-6369. And if you hear feedback on the line, it's your own fault. You know why?
Why?
It means only one thing.
You forgot to turn down the radio.
And if you call in here and have a problem with what we say, guess what?
What?
Tough luck, because...
Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you. Do you have a problem? Turn off your station.
That's right. With all that said, always remember...
The Odd Couple was filmed in front of a live audience.
Sweetie Beanie. Trash Talking Tuesday, yeah.
That's right. Let's go. Big show. Let me welcome in my co-host. He is...
Kelvin Washington. What up, man? Trash Talking Tuesday.
I'm pissed. I'm already pissed to start the show.
Should we just start it off?
Yeah, I'm mad.
Rob G's here. Miss Mary Mac's here. Chris is here. USC Chris. I can't see who. Elijah here? Elijah's here, I think.
No. He's not here today.
Okay.
I don't see Elijah.
I don't know. Somebody here doing digitals in these streets.
Elijah's doing it from home.
Doing it from the crib? All right. Yeah. Shout out to Elijah. You know he's working hard. He probably in another vacation or something, knowing him, though. He going to find the country. Let's get to it while you already want to trash people.
We're going to get to Indiana, but really quickly.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
The news just broke.
It did.
And as you know, I'm a Baseball Hall of Fame voter.
That's facts.
I am, and we're going to, expand this, a little later on in the show. But off the top, and I know people are just hearing that Andrew Jones and Carlos Beltran were both voted in by the baseball writers. I'm one of them. I was on MLB Network today telling Brian Kenny on MLB Now that I voted for nobody. N-O-B-O-D-Y.
That was a waste of a ballot, Rob G. They wasting trees out here sending you a ballot.
But you know what?
What?
There were 11 writers who turned in blank ballots.
How many of y'all
11. Almost 400.
Okay.
But 11 of us thought nobody was worthy, Hall of Fame worthy. And let me just say my two quick things. Number one, Carlos Beltran was involved in a cheating scandal in Houston. He set up the thing that cost the Dodgers the World Series where they were cheating and banging on.
Trastros.
Yes. Okay. So he gets rewarded for cheating. If you remember, he was hired by the Mets to be their manager, lost his job because of it.
Yep.
And they put him in the Hall of Fame. And
Rob G, he can't be doing that.
What?
They put him in the Hall.
No.
We. Don't be, it's we.
I'm a baseball writer.
And I ain't French. W-E, all caps.
I thought
they.
you said O-U-I.
I get to they.
I thought you said O-U-I.
No, I get to they. Y'all did that.
And Andrew Jones, who batted .254 in his career, guess how many times he made the All-Star team?
Without looking.
Oh.
Well, you put it, was that 4 or 5? What you put in my face?
5.
Not 3, not 4, but 5.
5 times?
I ain't gonna lie, that's pretty
That's
low.
low.
That's pretty low.
And a .254 lifetime batting. Oh, he won 10 Gold Gloves. He's a Hall of Very Good, not the Hall of Fame. All right.
So when we expand on it, I'll play. I'll be their lawyer. I'll be there. I'll shoot them some bail. Be their defense lawyer on why maybe they could have. You tell me if I'm wrong or not. We'll do that in a little bit.
No doubt. And let's send well wishes to Elijah. He's not feeling well today.
Oh shoot! Honestly, he's going around, man.
He's a workhorse. I never remember him being out.
Well, you know what he did too.
Right?
He said, "I'm out because I'm sick." Unlike somebody I sit 3 feet away from.
What? I haven't been sick.
I'm not sick. I can't even talk. I'm not sick.
Rob
not
G,
sick.
you never seen me in here sick, have you? In 8 years.
he can't.
1,000 times.
What?
Yeah.
What?
You just don't take sick days. That's all.
What are you talking about?
Because you're so extreme. You got to be on an IV and life support for you to be sick. Like, can there just be a middle ground? Like, oh, I don't feel well. I'm a little snuffy in my nose. Got a little cough. I'm gonna just
Rob
take
G,
it.
I called and I lost my voice one day. Don't you remember? I did. I called in sick one day.
I feel fine. I can't talk,
but I can do it.
do the show if you want.
Can you give me the little thing they put on their throat? I'll tell you nobody should have been in the Hall of Fame.
All right, hey, let's do it. You already welcomed in everybody to the show. Trash Talking is all about you out there. Hour number 2, we'll get to that. Rob G, yesterday we saw the national champion in college football crowned yesterday with Indiana of all schools winning it. Give us some details.
I know you were thrilled.
Yeah, guys, this is history in the making. I'm sure you know about this, Rob, because you're a big Indiana lifelong fan of the Hoosiers. So Indiana had been a doormat for 11,000 years up until the last 2 seasons. And thanks to Curt Cignetti, they have turned things around in a big way, okay? Before Cignetti got there, Indiana football had lost 715 games, the second most in FBS history. They were terrible. He comes in, brings an entire roster from JMU with him. They turn things around immediately year 1, year 2. They cap off the perfect season with a national championship last night over Miami. Here's Cignetti after the game talking about it.
We won the national championship at Indiana University. It can't be done. And I'm so happy for our fans. Words can't describe it.
Yeah, that's what happens.
When what?
When you win a championship and you know you don't even feel that good about it. Can I tell you how I describe this championship? They beat the system. They beat the system. They didn't beat Miami. They beat the system. This ain't no Disney movie. This movie's rated XXX.
Oh, boy.
One you don't want to take the kids to see. I'm telling you, there's nothing good, pure, wholesome about Indiana winning the national championship. Are you kidding me? They're selling this like we reinvented the wheel. We made a better mousetrap that could catch 2 mice at the same time. That's what they're trying to sell college football America. It's a farce. They paid for a national championship. And that's why I say they beat the system. Other schools now, go look at your alum. Go find your Mark Cuban check, right, with the checkbook. You can do this too. The average age, 23 years old. You go, oh, that's not that old. Well, most people graduate college 21 or 22, right? Or
Nah, you making real.
Right?
Nah.
Most people. And then think about this, the Green Bay Packers. Average age of their players, 25. Indiana, 23. Please do not make this like you just saw something that's inconceivable and you can't believe that this happened in your lifetime, because the basketball school, Indiana, which haven't been relevant since Bobby Knight was kicking chairs and pimp slapping students around, roam the sidelines. This is not that Indiana. There's nothing special here. This could have happened at any school willing to put up $20 million for a coaching staff, $2 million for a quarterback, and guess what?
What?
Top 10 in spending on the players and going to the transfer portal, and any 27-year-old with 2 kids and a wife will gladly put them on the roster. That's how ugly this is. They won a championship. They're not Cinderella. This chick is heavy with pimples, and I'm not going to embrace it.
Look at you. Fat shaming on a Tuesday. Ain't Tuesday, Fat Tuesday? Let me get to you right now. Number one, I thought you were about to say the right thing when you said, ain't nothing good or pure about, and I was like, look at him starting off right. Then you said Indiana. No, it's college football. Nothing pure or about it and good in the first place. So they got into a nasty, murky system, an ugly game, and they played it better than anybody. Kurt Signetti came into the game, told him I was about to win. Matter of fact, you know what he did? He told Rob Parker, he said, Google me. He told you to Google him, and what did he do? Turn right around and went 11-2 last year, ended up number 8. And then 16-0, Rob. 16-0. Smoked everybody. Ohio State, you can get this smoke twice. As Rob G just mentioned, second most losing team in FBS history. So the idea that Miami, Michigan, Ohio State, USC, Alabama, all these big teams, and not Alabama, I'll take them out because they win all the time, but some of these schools who've won one or haven't won in 20-some years like a Miami, Texas, I don't even know the last time Texas won. And they got a Manning. They got a Vince Young, right? That was lit. That was one of the greatest games ever. My point is, Texas, all these amenities, new buildings, new structure for the players. They got Arch Manning, all that money. They ain't did it. In fact, they didn't look that great this year.
Yeah, you're right. They don't have any 27-year-olds on the team. You're right.
Right. They got 22.8-year-olds. And so the idea that he turned it around so fast, he did it his way, brought in James Madison kids. He didn't bring in Georgia. He didn't bring in Clemson, Ohio State. James Madison kids, and they went in there and got it done. Come on, Rob. You can't hate on that. That's amazing. Now, what he opened up was an opportunity, as you just mentioned, for everybody to do that. And it might have donors who typically wouldn't think of a Purdue, who typically might not think of a Michigan State, who might not think of some of these other schools that aren't the biggest, say, you know what, why not us, North Carolina State? We got some people with some money. Why not us? I just saw what he did at Indiana, of all places, in 2 years. So that's what's about to make this interesting. We might mess around and have more parity than we've had in the last 20 to 30 years, where it was just Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State, Alabama, Georgia.
None of this makes any sense. It just doesn't. I'm not mad at them for beating the system. This is available to them. This is what college football wanted because they want to get as much money, and this is what they decided. They could have put in a system to pay the players from their own pockets and make it equal so that everybody got the same. They didn't want to pay. So they said, let other people pay. This is what you get. This is not your grandfather's college football.
It's not. That is true.
This is a pro league, pro minor league, whatever you want to call them. That's what this is. And it's fine. All I'm saying is it's not a Disney movie. It's a dirty movie.
But
that's what it is.
Okay, I hear you. I get the money.
That's what it is. Because of the money.
But they did it in record.
No, but it doesn't.
Fashion.
It just doesn't matter.
It wasn't a 10-year build up. We were getting close.
It's
11-2.
It's a dirty
16-0.
It's just not a
That's
Disney movie.
That's crazy. Well, if it ain't a Disney, it's a Netflix movie. Dang it. If it ain't Disney, it's Hulu. It's definitely getting a deal. Without a doubt. It's getting somebody's getting ready to put this Apple Plus, somebody.
All right. Aleve is here to help you keep your New Year's resolution on track. That's right. With up to 12 hours body pain relief per dose, Aleve keeps you moving with long-lasting body pain relief so you can achieve your goals. That's right. Use as directed for minor aches and pains, of course. And we want to hear from you. Jump in, 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. Is Indiana some great Cinderella story, or did they just beat the system? We'll continue that conversation next with you. It is The Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, right here on Fox Sports Radio. Stick and stay,
America!
And if you're tired of facing headaches, right? You might have some stuff going on in your staff and your business. It gets hard.
And you know me, I'm not into glazing everybody or think everybody criticizes me, says that
no,
I'm harsh
you
on
are the
everything.
ultimate glazer.
Okay, I'm
just
not.
for your few.
No, I don't glaze.
Now, 97% of the humans ain't getting nothing. But them that 3%, you are Krispy Kreme glaze. you are Dunkin' Donuts glaze, Tim Hortons glaze.
I got any in my beard?
You are Brandy's Donuts glaze. Sponsor, who else got glazed donuts? Only I'll give it to you. 97% getting the smoke. But that 3%,
Caleb,
you're drinking bathwater, as you once said.
I only drank Aaron Rodgers bathwater once.
That's it. One time.
Okay.
He was like, Rob, relax.
Right. Caleb Williams, without question, is the most exciting player in sports today.
Hold up.
It ain't even close. I don't want to hear about Ohtani. I don't want to hear about Wemby.
Okay.
I don't want to hear about any Judge. I don't want to hear about
you cheating in these streets. You cheating on Boo?
I don't want to hear about anybody else.
I don't even know who you are right now.
Because what I've witnessed and watched the last few weeks is like must see. No matter where the game is, you're like, you better not turn off the game or think Caleb can't get it done. Like, I haven't seen that. Kelvin, you would have to show me, even in Ohtani, let's just say Ohtani, all the great stuff he's done.
Mm-hmm.
A moment like that, I can't. Not only does he have one of those, he has two of those back-to-back weeks and 3 in the last 4 weeks. You know, the Green Bay win at the end of the year at home, that one. I have not seen
Look how I'm about to get on your head.
Heart-stopping play from a guy who can make those throws. Everybody, and what an overused term is special. Oh, he's special. You know, you hear that a lot from analysts, people, whatever.
No, his talent is special.
And that's what he has. But I'm just saying, you would have to give me somebody else.
You know who I said next to you?
Who's must see TV in sports as an athlete doing stuff that you can't believe is being done.
All right. So you are definitely a prisoner of the moment. And the last time the moment was like this, I was sitting right next to you when Tyrese Halliburton went on a buzzing beater run that we've never seen before. And it was just, next game, he kept, it was the most one of the more remarkable runs in sport of buzzer beaters and big shots that we had seen in quite some time. So there was that. Secondly, while talent, like pure ability, as we mentioned, special talent, I don't think anybody can deny that about Caleb Williams. I do think Caleb Williams has a tendency to be the guy who can ace the test but doesn't do the homework. And I think that's why I can't give it to you in that he and or Ben Johnson or just a team put themselves in a hole so often that I almost like, why am I giving you a reward for always having to crawl out of it?
Because everybody can't do that.
I don't disagree.
And that's what makes him must see, is that it's one thing every once in a while you'll throw up a basket or you'll hit a home run in the bottom of the ninth. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying there are players who have had great moments. We know that Miguel Rojas to win the World Series, tie the World Series game for the Dodgers in the ninth inning with 1 out. I mean, incredible moment, okay? So those things happen. But to do it on this basis where you see the reaction, people, how many times do you think, oh, my God, has been screamed in Chicago in somebody's house or
probably more
bar,
since 1985 or maybe 98 with Jordan in his last run with the
Am
Bulls.
I right? Like the idea, oh, my God, isn't this like you won? You can't believe what you just saw. That's the difference.
I'll give you that. You
can't believe it. Like, oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, God.
Ian,
you can't believe it.
Here's why. So I hear you, and I think he's climbing the charts, almost like a hot song that came up and is climbing up the Billboard charts.
You mean like I'm a believer?
Yes. And then you're lucky Monty in there. Or maybe we're lucky. Ian, I hear what he's saying. I still don't think it surpasses Ohtani.
Easily.
And I still don't think
Give me Ohtani's moment like that. Seriously, give me one. You don't have one.
Well, him pitching, 7 shutout innings?
No, 6.
6 shutout innings? That's up there. Him hitting major, huge home runs in 2 different rounds in the postseason this year.
There's no.
He doesn't have a Game 7 in the World Series.
That's what we're talking about.
But that. Hey, I cover Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on a Trash Talking Tuesday coming up next hour. Ephraim Salaam in about 7 minutes or so. Talk some football with E in just a little bit. Check out the YouTube channel, always live, simulcasting right now in 4K. Shout out to Elijah, got us looking good right now. Odd Couple FSR, go search that on YouTube. Like, share, comment, thumbs up, all that good stuff. Rob G will read some of the comments from the Odd Mob YouTubians.
Keep your thumb away from me.
In a little bit. Yeah, no, you're right, man. Dang. R.I.P. thumbs up. I don't even know what we can say no more.
I
Just
know.
throw the thumbs. I don't know. That might even sound crazy. All right, 877-99 on Fox. Indiana's turnaround. Cinderella story. They beat the system in bah humbug. What do you think? 877-99 on Fox. Great story. Not a big story. They just got money. What do you say? Who we got?
All right, let's start with Paul in North Carolina. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Paul?
Paul, you there?
Nope, we lost him. All right, how about Adam in D.C.? You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Adam?
My guys, my favorite radio show. And can I preface this by saying, for years I've been saying I do not like Indiana, the state. I think it's the worst state in the union. I hate it so much that I'd rather be a milkman in the summertime in Iowa. And we know Iowa ain't
Wow.
for me. But, Rob, you know what, Rob? You know I love you, Uncle Rob. Yep. But you a hater, man. You don't hate on this story, buddy. This is like Indiana. Indiana was a school that you used to schedule when you know you needed to win. I love college football. Indiana Hoosiers football, but you got to be happy about this. Like my man, like Kelvin said, man, they haven't been good since Antoine Randall Air. That's the only player I ever heard of come from them.
Yeah.
Not even Penn State.
I'm just saying, it don't feel warm and fuzzy. It just doesn't. It feels dirty to me. I'm being honest.
But the whole game is dirty.
Adam, that's all I'm just saying.
The whole game. Hey, Rob, you've been doing this since 1986, and now you complaining about corruption in college football?
Right, now he over here Mr. Clean. Now he Mr. Clean, acting like he walking around with Purell on.
All
if
right.
you don't stop it, it's just dirty.
MJ in New Orleans, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's
MJ
up,
might be
MJ?
on your side. He might be on your side.
Peace to the Big E brothers. What's good with it?
What's happening? How are you?
I'm good. Happy New Year to you guys. I don't think I heard from you guys in a minute,
No
but
doubt.
I'm definitely watching.
Same to you.
Chiming
I've
in
been waiting on
YouTube,
FedEx some gumbo, man.
Hey, man, I got you, man. You put it in some Ziploc bags.
Yes, sir.
It's an upcoming Disney movie. Indy upsetting the apple cart, defeating a crooked system, taking down a former powerhouse, a once undefeated NCAA basketball program, now an undefeated NCAA football champion over a program once known as the Times. This is a no-look transfer portal that shook Nate Saban in his boots, having to compete with dirty money spread out all about. That's what it was, man.
That's what I said. It's dirty. If I touched it, I'd have to wash my hand.
Now you over here, Mr. Purell.
Mr.
Lysol.
Professor Rob, all money is dirty. Unless it's on your debit card. So let's keep it all the way funky, man.
All right.
But you guys have a great show,
Thanks,
man.
MJ.
No doubt. Appreciate you.
The rest of y'all, shout out to the Odd Mob, man, and Rob G.
No doubt.
How about Rich in Colorado? You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Rich?
Hey, guys. How you doing tonight?
Doing great. How are you?
Good. Hey, Rob, I can't disagree with you more, man. I think this is a case of don't hate the player, hate the game. And, Indiana just played by the rules that are laid before them. And truthfully, I'm glad to see it because now we don't have the same old teams, Alabama and Georgia.
But you want 27-year-olds playing college football?
They aged in one commercial break.
No, but I'm just giving you like the average age. If the average age is 23, that means somebody got to be 27 or 28.
Why can't everybody just be 22, 24?
No. They got to be. You like
Mind
that,
you,
Rich? Rich,
no.
you all right
Go
with
ahead,
that?
Rich.
I don't like it, but that's the rules as they are right now. You got to play within the rules, man.
You know what, Rich? Let me tell you something. Rob, what did I call you yesterday? Randy Parker, because you was glazing. You were Randy
I
Donuts.
don't glaze anybody.
Let me tell you something. Don't sit up here and lie to our listeners like you weren't okay with a 58-year-old coming back to play college basketball. Because technically, he hasn't played in the foot in the NBA. Even though they traded his draft rights, he played overseas
pro
for years.
league anyway now.
Stop
They
it.
pay the kids.
Stop it.
Hey, one more. Jordan in D.C. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Jordan? How are you?
Hey, Rob, Kelvin, how you guys doing?
What's up,
Doing
Jordan?
Great, buddy.
Yes, I think that Indiana, I don't even know if I can necessarily call them a Cinderella story for this season's team in general, because with Cinderella stories.
And
like,
this Cinderella story that Cinderella's pregnant. That's what's wrong with this story.
We never found out what happened after that first date, though. She might have been low key.
She was looking for her slippers and something else.
Prince knocked her out them shoes,
I'm
boy.
just saying. All right.
It's better than what VCU and George Mason used to do, which is just completely, go to the bathroom and jump out the window to avoid the check, So I think the remarkable thing about Indiana is that they just turned it to such a powerhouse. It wasn't like a ragtag group that like snuck into the playoff. They just smacked Oregon twice.
Yeah.
Beat Ohio State, smacked Alabama. They like that's why, Kelvin, I don't even know if it could be made into a movie, because it's almost like unrealistic. How they turned into a powerhouse?
No, that's
overnight.
a good point. There wouldn't really be much drama in the movie.
Where's
You're right
the drama?
about that.
Right.
Like, the little engine that could. That's my point about it.
Well, the drama
That's
would
why
have
it
to be
doesn't
last
feel
year.
good.
You have
That's
to
why.
build it up from last year.
Oh, no, I ain't buying that.
Yeah. Well, you're going to buy the ticket to the Disney movie. That's what you're going to do.
I told you, I will not go see a Disney movie where Cinderella's pregnant. I just won't see it. I won't.
Ephraim Salaam on the way. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's actually a good one. That is some 2020 stuff. I can see Disney trying to do that.
You got to give me a thumbs up on that.
Hold on.
Okay.
See, I thought we retired thumbs up. Rob G, you letting your daughter see that one?
No, she's not going to see that. No.
Things happen in life. How do you bounce back from that? I'm Cinderella and I'm pregnant. You going to see that one? Nah, your daughter's going to see that one.
Nope.
Ephraim on the way. USC Chris right now. Going to get you updated.
Rob, can you tell me the last school before Indiana that won their first ever college football national championship? Who was the school before Indiana before? It's like that's the first one in their trophy case.
I couldn't tell you.
I am pretty sure, and I have to
Clemson?
Clemson had one in 81 before they started their run. I'm pretty sure it was Georgia Tech back in 1990. I could be wrong about even that, though. But, that's kind of what I think when people say Cinderella story, that's what we're talking about. We finally have someone new among the stars.
Shout out to Calvin Johnson.
Yeah, Calvin Johnson, Megatron, things of that nature.
Yeah.
All right, let's get you caught up on the news. Carlos Beltran is going into the Hall of Fame along with Andrew Jones. Carlos Beltran, 9-time All-Star, heading in there, career spanning from 1998 with the Kansas City Royals to 2017 with the Houston Astros, where he won a World Series. Asterisk there, maybe, in the words of Mike Tirico. Also in there, Andrew Jones, 5-time All-Star, 10-time Gold Glove winner, who hit 434 home runs in his major league career spanning from 96 to 2012. Former Dolphins head coach Mike McDaniel has withdrawn his name from consideration from the Browns head coaching vacancy. He was scheduled to interview with the team in person on Wednesday. Pittsburgh Steelers interviewed Vikings defensive coordinator Brian Flores for their head coaching vacancy. Steelers will also interview former Packers and Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy on Wednesday. College scoreboard right now. Indiana may be having a little bit of a hangover from their football victory last night. They, on men's basketball side, down 28-15 to number 3 Michigan. LSU and Florida in a tilt. Number 16 Florida leads with 7 minutes to go in the first half, 21-17. NC State with a lead on Clemson, 26-21. Right now. And finally, guys, so we do have Kevin Stefanski, new head coach, down in Atlanta, and reports have been out about him, and some people have been writing articles about him, talking about what he had to work with in Cleveland. One of those pieces they had to work with in Cleveland fired back, responding to a reporter saying that Stefanski had a dumpster fire at quarterback in Cleveland, including Baker Mayfield and Deshaun Watson. Baker Mayfield replied with, "Failed is quite the reach, pal. Still waiting on a text/call from him after I got shipped off like a piece of garbage. Can't wait to see you twice a year, coach." Back to the Odd Couple.
Baker about that life.
He is.
And not to mention, one of my favorite things is a good pal. Come on, pal. Look, pal. Baker sending out a pal is really, really hilarious to me. All right, it's the Odd Couple. Rob and Kelvin on a Trash Talking Tuesday coming up in about an hour and 10 minutes or so. Have you ever wiped with a piece of dry toilet paper and wondered, is this as good as it gets? Well, it is not. Switch to life-changing Wet Extra Large Flushable Dude Wipes because wetter just cleans better. Available at Amazon and a major retailers nationwide. Dude Wipes. Best clean, pants down. And what a transition. We go to Ephraim Salaam now. Former NFL offensive lineman, Fox Sports Radio weekends. I don't know if he uses Dude Wipes or not. E, what up, bruh?
Wetter is better.
Well, you got a couple kids, you would know.
I'm telling you, they're blowing this.
Yeah.
I got a song. I got a song ready to go.
What's the song?
Do wife like a lady. Do. Okay, sorry.
All right.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
All right, Ephraim. I want to start with C.J. Stroud. Okay. Obviously, they have a chance to extend him. I do not believe they will extend him this offseason.
Man.
Because that was just 10 turnovers in 2 playoff games. They happened to win one of them, but still 10 turnovers, 5 fumbles, and 5 interceptions. What do you make of that? Can that be fixed? Are you the Texans? Are you a little afraid of this? You know what I mean to say, like, we got an issue here we need to look at. Why hasn't he progressed after that rookie year?
Yeah, you can't re-sign him now. All right, like he has 2 years left. He's got to play outstanding the 4th year, and then you pick up his 5th-year option, and he's got to be dynamic. If you sign up for this, he definitely has regressed. I mean, you want to talk about the kids say he sold a clip.
Yeah.
This playoffs. It was so bad. I was like, man, is he point shaving? Like, you couldn't play any worse. And I'm going back to last week's game where he couldn't even get the snap. Like, you couldn't even get the snap from the center.
Right.
And I'm like, yo, something is off. And then to have to not get the snap, fumble it, pick it up, fumble it again, throw the interceptions, and you come into this week and you just forget to show up. I feel so bad for the Houston defense. Will Anderson, Daniil Hunter, Ashair, all of those guys. I feel bad for D'Amico Ryans. And I told my wife at halftime I would bring Davis Mills. I would not start CJ. It would be over.
Yeah, and
Mills, I would have put Mills in because at the time he would have given the Texans the best opportunity to come back and win that game because C.J. Stroud, once the confidence goes, once you can look in his face in the huddle and see, oh, he's not here, he's scared to throw the ball because he's not confident in his throws, then we got to move off that player. But I'd also told her if they do that, then he's done there.
Yeah, I think my biggest thing, we'll move on from him. Rob and I had a big-time conversation about it yesterday. I just think what made me frustrated, you being an offensive lineman, you going in the huddles with these quarterbacks, I didn't like that he had fear in his eye 2 games in a row. He actually looked like he wasn't supposed to be there, and that's what you don't want from your leader, right?
No, you can see it. The offensive line, we're looking in his face, and I've been in huddles where I can see a crack, and I'm like, oh, this is not going to go good.
Right.
It's like the team can feel it. You know that breaking the huddle coming up to the line, like, bro, we ain't no way we coming back in this game.
Yeah, that's bad. I want to go here real quick, Rob.
Okay.
We talked a lot, of course, Caleb Williams, the incredible throws. We spent a lot of time on that. I want to go to the other side of that, and that was who was withstanding those blows from him in the 4th, the Rams. They didn't have the prettiest of games. They kind of just hung around and were able to get that W. What do you make of the Rams going in bad weather, running the ball finally a little bit, even though McVay says he should have ran more? But what are you making them overcoming that crazy, amazing, once-in-a-lifetime throw from Caleb?
Look, this is what we had to really focus in on with the Rams. Number one, warm weather team, indoor team, going out in the elements in Chicago. Everybody knows what Chicago winters are. They didn't have a penalty. They didn't have a drop pass. You want to talk about button up. The fact that they didn't make any mistakes in inclement weather, on the road, in the playoffs, that makes them one of the most dangerous, if not the most dangerous team left in the playoffs. They played perfect football in a scenario and in a situation where it was conducive to making multiple mistakes, and they didn't do it. And to me, with McVay and Stafford and Puka, they're dangerous.
Here's my only pushback to you is they were 10.5-point favorites against the Panthers. They didn't look like
crazy though.
But I'm just saying that's what the odds makers were giving people 10.5 points. They were lucky to win that game for real. They got the touchdown in the last minute and a half, and they won that. And even in this game where the Bears, You got 2 or 3. What was it? 3 interceptions.
3
from
total. Yep.
Yeah, you got 3
3 at the end of it.
interceptions, and you were fortunate to even win that game. I mean, in that situation, they won it. I'm not trying to take it away, but now they go to Seattle that has a tremendous defense. Came back when they were down 16 points in the fourth quarter. The Rams haven't looked like the team that they did a month ago when they were the number 1 seed in the NFC. Since then,
but that's fair.
No, since then I've seen them struggle. They lost to Atlanta. They gave up the game in Seattle, and then these 2 games have been they won, but it hasn't been that impressive.
And look,
is that fair?
That is extremely fair. But just look at Sam Darnold's record against the Rams and Sean McVay. He struggles.
No, he does. He did until that comeback. Yep.
Yeah, he struggles against them, and so knowing they're now on the West Coast again, and yeah, it may be a little rainy, a little breezy up there. It won't be anything like what they went and did in Chicago.
Oh, no,
that
that's
was a
for
tough
sure.
game. That was a tough game mentally, physically, and they were mistake-free. If they have another mistake-free game, look, guess what? Sam Darnold is not Caleb Williams. Okay, so we that what Caleb Williams did. You want to talk about in lore, in history, like he's writing his legacy as we're watching him have. That was unbelievable.
It was unbelievable. Unbelievable.
You want to talk about this year? He's had 2 of the best throws I've seen in 20 years.
Right.
And so they got with Ben Johnson, Chicago. They got it right for the next 12. 14 years, they're going to be fine. In terms of the Rams, this is probably Matthew Stafford's last go at it, right? He would probably want to end out on top like the great John Elway did. This one's for John, this one's for Stafford, this one's for Matthew. And so they're dangerous. They know Seattle. They know how to play against them. They know what they need to do. And Sean McVay, they've been there before. Sam Darnold's not been there before. The coach has not been there before. So when you're looking at this game, it becomes more about which team can come and not hurt themselves. Which team can come and perform at a level where they're not going to hurt themselves. Look, and not to take anything away from Seattle, they played a San Francisco 49ers team, had no business even being in the playoffs, let alone in the divisional round. It's just they were decimated. The Rams are not decimated. So it's going to be a heavyweight fight.
Hey, less than a minute, real quick. What do? You're offensive lineman. You know the game. Stidham is now your backup quarterback. Now he's got to start for the Broncos. What happened with Bo Nix's ankle? What's the game plan now if you're Sean Payton?
You got to run the ball. You got to take as much pressure off Stidham as you possibly can. You cannot be behind the sticks. You can't be at 2nd and long, 3rd and long. It is not going to go well for you. I don't care how good we think he is. You have to be able to run the ball, extend drives. You got to be in 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, 3rd and 5 at the minimum for you to even have a chance in this game.
All right, there you have it,
All
man.
right.
That's why they play the games. There should be some good ones this weekend. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Absolutely, brothers. Y'all stay safe.
All right, no doubt. On the way, Shekel City, also your tie rack play of the day. We'll get to those. Plus, there's somebody, a new head coach who got a good job, but Rob don't think he's cut out for it. We'll tell you who we're talking about.
Who, me?
Yeah, you. Yeah, I couple Fox Sports Radio.
My buddy Mike Springer, a longtime friend of mine, we're on a group text, and he swore up and down. I tried to tell him that if the Bills didn't win the game, Sean McDermott would get fired. You crazy, Sean McDermott. Oh, my God, look at what the Bills did. We talked about it. The path that they had, everything, no Mahomes, no Burrow, no Lamar, right? And then the other quarterbacks who were there in the way, they were all beatable so that the Bills could, if not now, win. If not now, win. And they turned in a stinker. 9 years is enough. I know a lot of people in NFL America woke up and they were shocked. I was not shocked. I called for this guy's job last January when they lost. Last year. The bill 9 years. Mm-hmm. It ain't enough. You got to get it done. You can't. And I'm going to tell you, when I knew if they didn't win that game, when it was all over. At the end of the half, when they have no timeouts, a little bit of time, and he fumbles at the 32 or whatever it was there with 2 seconds left. They gave up 3 points that were playing hero ball. What was the plan there? That's where the coach has to step in and say, kneel down. Kneel down. Don't turn the ball over. We can't give up points. Instead, they turn the ball over, give up points, and that wind up costing them. They would have been up by 3. They probably would have won the game. Didn't have to go to overtime, and that whole thing. And that's when I was like, this is coaching. And I know, Josh Allen, terrible game. Mm-hmm. More turnovers than a bakery. That was the theme of the weekend.
Well, someone else had an even bigger bakery.
Exactly. We talked about him as well, and we'll get to that. But I'm not shocked. I'm not surprised. It's justified, and I keep saying it. We said this before, that there will be hell to pay if they didn't make the run to the Super. They had to get to the Super Bowl. And I am not surprised. Enough is enough. 9 years is a good, fair run for a coach in the National Football League without getting to where you want. They didn't even get to a Super Bowl.
Right.
The old Bills teams, they at least lost in the Super Bowl. They lost 4 times in the Super Bowl. This team hasn't even gotten there.
And you know what? Here's the thing. One, I agree with you on 9 years is a long time with one of the best players in the league. Not 9 years of just, hey, I've been coaching the Titans for 9 years, okay, or the Panthers who are, trying to get good. You've had Josh Allen, and okay, the first little bit he has to grow, get better, but let's just say the last 5 years he's been Josh Allen, right? He's been the guy that we know. And you haven't been in a Super Bowl, and you never want to start to become in numbers and the stats and a history of things that aren't good. For instance, they have 91 victories under him from 2019 to 2025, or the most ever over a 7-season span without a Super Bowl appearance. Because most teams who win that much, that means they're on to something, they got something cooking, they're good, they at least get to a Super Bowl. And then you talk about this, the fact that he's 0-3 in the postseason in overtime, which means you can't get it done. 0-5 in overtimes, period. Josh Allen hasn't won an overtime game yet. You accidentally went overtime, got down, defense stopped him, we kicked the field goal, we won. Yeah. Like, you get one of those just by being Josh Allen or by being a good team if you're the Bills. So I look at a couple things, and also this from all your Perry Masons and all your law and legal court shows. Precedent. If John Harbaugh, Mike Tomlin are gone, what do they both have in common? Super Bowl champions.
They won.
At least they walk in with that in their backpack to say, hey, I know it was a while ago, but at least I got one of these, and I got some of this, and I got playoff appearance.
It ain't that many coaches walking around
with those. If they can get the smoke, voluntary or involuntary if you're Tomlin, if they can be gone, Sean McDermott can surely be gone. You've never even been to one. And they've
been
to it.
This morning? Were you really shocked?
It's shocked because of the name, not so much the result. You get what I mean? Like, if I just told you, John Harbaugh, Tomlin, these guys who have these names, you go, oh, wow, but not by the result. Because we had talked to him. He'd probably been the biggest name coach to me on the hot seat the last 2 years or so. Always kind of in the mix. Ooh, I don't know, McDermott. What if Josh Allen had another coach outside of McDermott? His name had been percolating, if you will, for a couple of years. So it's not as shocking, the result. It's just that's such a big name in a year where we've had. Usually that would have been the biggest name. Fox Sports Radio, it is the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, on a Trash Talking Tuesday. Next hour, about an hour away for that. Shout out to Ephraim Salaam, just joined us. You can check out the podcast. Rob G will get that up in a little bit later on. You can check out the best of version as always. It is now time for Shekel City. How'd you do?
All right. You ready?
Do you need some music? Dun dun boom dun 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 boom boom.
3-0. 3-0. 3-0. You know what I am now?
What's that?
In the last 2 days, 5-0 on Shekel City.
That's lit.
That's right.
Look at you.
2-0 on Friday, 3-0 yesterday. Remember?
Yeah.
I had Miami plus the points.
You did.
They covered.
How does Vegas know?
I know they covered.
They had they had that one. They had the Rams was 3.5.
All that.
3. How do they know? I was talking about that at the other job.
Well, because that's why they got all those buildings in Las
Rob
Vegas.
G, what they be knowing?
They know a
Put
little
Lamar
something.
Mitchell on the phone.
All right, here we go tonight. I'm going with the Lakers. They need a win desperately, Rob G, don't they? They need a win.
They won last night?
Well,
2 nights ago.
All right, here we go.
Well, they do need some wins, though. They need to stack them up.
Lakers best bet minus 2.5.
Laker girls.
They're in Denver taking on the Nuggets. Also, Golden State minus 3.5. They're hosting the Toronto Raptors tonight in San Francisco.
This was pre-Jimmy Butler, right?
You know?
This had to be.
It's minus 3.5. I don't know. And then here we go. Minnesota Timberwolves minus 13.5. They're in Utah taking on the Jazz. So Timberwolves minus 13.5. Warriors minus 3.5. And the Lakers minus 2.5. And remember, Kelvin.
Yeah.
I'm not telling you who to bet on. I'm telling you who I bet on. And don't forget, I am 25-12 since the reset. 3-0 last night and 25-12. Rob G, I'm making money in Vegas at 25-12.
All right. Now, hold on now. You got to finish the week strong. All right, because Vegas might whop, whop, whop. They might beat you down like the defense did C.J. Stroud when they got back in the huddle in the locker room. All right, it is now time for your tie rack play of the day. Deerfield or Beer? Learfield. That was incredible. That was incredible. That's Learfield Radio there on the call for your Tire Rack play of the day. Tire Rack, for over 40 years, has been helping customers find the right tires for how, for what, and for where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com. It is the way tire buying should be. Robert Saleh has got a new gig and new NFL head coach with the Titans.
Some people just can't get it right.
Him or the Titans?
The Titans. I mean, you know what? I got to be. I know they love him as a defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
A lot of people in the league like him.
Mm-hmm.
He's got, everybody. I hear nothing but good stuff about him.
Yes.
But when he coached the Jets, he looked like a fish out of water as far as a head coach. Everybody can't be a head coach. I think he's a very good defensive coordinator.
That's not questioned. Yeah.
But a head coach with the Titans, when he was the Jets head coach, he was calling and texting radio guys and it was just out of pocket. You know what I mean? Like he didn't realize he was the head football coach of the Jets. And then the guy was putting his texts out, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And all it didn't sound right to me that he would be worried about a radio guy and we do radio.
We do.
I'd be shocked if a head coach was texting me and all that during, I
don't know. It's 2026. Rob Marinelli might have hit you up this time.
Yeah.
Rob Marinelli might have been like, "Yo, give me his number." He might have called in on the show and let you have it.
I couldn't have been more
Asking
right
about his daughter and son-in-law.
I couldn't be more right about anybody.
Boy, I'm telling you, if this was the 2020s, he would have definitely called you. Here, I get your sentiment. Here's why I disagree or why I'll push back. I think most people, the last X amount of years, call it 15, 20 years, don't look great as a head coach with the Jets. And I think the Titans said, we probably shouldn't got rid of Mike Vrabel, who's a defensive-minded coach.
I didn't say
who we
anything about
looked
winning
good
or
with him.
losing. I did not say that. That was not even in my question. I just
Right.
want to get that right.
But what I mean
That's
is,
not what I said.
and also, but to that, I think also people get a bounce back. That's his first go at it, and they look at Mike Vrabel, right? Good defensive mind, and they had some success there. Then had a bad one season. They like, get out of here. And I think they like, oops, we shouldn't have done that. Now look what he's doing with the Patriots. And so I think they're going, hey, let's get back to that. Get defensive minded. Offense will come around. We got a guy in Cam. We got early picks in the draft. We'll see what we get. And you look at his record. Started out 4-13. You would have been like, ooh, that's not great, obviously, but it's his first year, 2021. Goes on to be 7-10. And 7-10, he did that when Aaron Rodgers was out. He's kind of heading in the right direction. There's drama. There's chaos there before he was 2-3 the next year in those 5 games before they fired him. So I just think Aaron Rodgers, all that came with that, bringing in all his guys, I think it was just so much that the Titans said, let's give him a fair shot here and see what we get.
So many guys, I totally disagree. So many, especially black coaches, never get another opportunity.
I'm
with you on
that. I didn't know he was going there.
No, but I'm going there because he had such a bad run with the Jets, and he got fired at 2-3 because they felt like it was exploding. And not just the losing record, just the way he handled things. I just don't think he's a good head coach.
Don't come in here on this day after Martin Luther King Jr.'s day, and don't come in here talking about some black coaches and black when you don't want Aaron Glenn to have his second chance. I had a dream that Aaron Glenn can get a second chance.
Aaron Glenn,
you fired him in the first half of the first game of the season.
Been fired. Aaron Glenn, hey,
he didn't even get to get some
I'm about the
Gatorade.
brothers getting opportunities, but not when you can't coach, and that's Aaron Glenn.
That man got fired at halftime, according to you.
We are Sports.
It's the Odd Couple. You know what time it is. It's your boys.
Let's get it. The Odd Couple is fun.
Check.
And informative.
Check.
What's up, America? You want to talk sports with 1.5 of the best-looking guys in the game?
That game was incredible.
You are wrong. You'll be king of the water cooler.
What's it like working with Rob? Rob in his mind is like Chris Rock mixed with Richard Pryor, so I'm running out of fake laughs. Ha ha, Rob. Rob is very passionate.
Son, you ain't ready for this. Well, I don't have BS in my game. I'm straightforward. I'm honest. You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. And, of course, it doesn't hurt that I'm right most of the time. Kelvin is the nice guy, wants to make everybody feel warm and fuzzy.
You done? Let me tell you the truth. I bring the energy, a youthful energy. Rob's not going to see this, is he? And I bring an honest opinion. Michael Jordan, I can't take it anymore. I need a break. I'm going to go play baseball.
Trash Talking Tuesday is the best.
It's a great opportunity for folks to call in, and they get to trash whomever.
Who you trashing, Roger?
I'm trashing LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Oh, okay.
They can't even hold Wilt Chamberlain's shoes.
Stop talking about the king like that. It's a new era. Let LeBron be the best, please.
I only recognize one king in the United States, and that's Burger King. The connection with the Odd Couple audience is incredible. We really invite them in.
And they can relate, whether it be things about our own personal lives or our takes on sports.
Love you guys. You guys are killing it.
Hey, we appreciate you. Thank you for rocking with your boys. They feel like it's just my guys, just my friends, and they join right in on the show.
We talk with the listeners, not at them.
Obviously, you can listen to us live, but you can still check out the podcast. You can check out our YouTube. You can check us out on social media. So in any way you want to get it, you can get it.
Yes.
There's some yelling. It is some hot takes. It's a whole lot of fun. I'll give you that.
It is fun. I agree. Begrudgingly.
The Odd Couple.
sports talk that's too good and too fun.
Baseball's Hall of Fame now has two new members, Carlos Beltran and Andrew Jones. Both were elected as members on Tuesday to go into the Hall of Fame and will be inducted later in the year. Former Dolphins head coach Mike McDaniel has withdrawn his name from consideration for the Browns head coaching vacancy. McDaniel had been scheduled to have an in-person meeting with the team on Wednesday. Steelers interviewed Vikings defensive coordinator Brian Flores for their head coaching vacancy. Steelers will also look at former Packers and Cowboys coach Mike McCarthy. College basketball scoreboard, Indiana, the national champions on football, but a little bit of a lag as they lag 40-29 to number 3 Michigan at the half. Iowa State up 44-26 at UCF at the half. Number 16 Florida with a 38-26 lead on LSU. And the Suns and Sixers tied 43 apiece. I'm Chris Perfett.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
It is the Odd Couple. Hour number 2 on a Trash Talking Tuesday. That's right. And guess what? Have you ever wiped with a piece of dry toilet paper and wondered, is this as good as it gets? It's not.
No, it's not?
No.
I don't want that problem no more.
Switch to a life-changing, wet, extra-large, flushable dude wipes.
Okay. I got some in my bag over
because wetter just cleans better. Available at Amazon and at major retailers nationwide. Dude wipes.
That's right.
Best clean, pants down. Was that like hands down?
Yeah, hands down's pants down, like when yours fell down that day.
Yeah, yes. Be sure to check out our brand new YouTube channel. You're watching us right now. Make sure you just search Odd Couple FSR on YouTube. Again, Odd Couple FSR. And be sure to hit the subscribe button and don't stop there. Hit the thumbs up icon, comment away. and let us know which one is more odd. Check us out, YouTube, and watch us right now as we talk. Just search Odd Couple FSR and subscribe. Trash Talking's coming up in about 40 minutes, 35 minutes. You want to jump in for that. Good chance, as always, to trash anyone, anything in the world of sports. And we will, guess what?
What will we do? Or not do?
Not, N-O-T, interrupt you.
Last time we did that, you bit a hole in your lip.
Yeah, we
You
will
was
not.
trying not
I
to
had
talk.
to. I know it was kind of bad.
I was proud of you, though.
But there you go. That and much more. So we got a lot to get to this final hour. Rob G., can you tell us about the anonymous GMs? You know, the Athletic talks to them.
Well, it was
ESPN this time.
Oh, ESPN. I'm sorry. Because that's usually.
Shout out to Jeremy Fowler, friend of the show.
Yes.
He does this every year. All right, guys.
I saw Jeremy Fowler. Where was I? In Detroit when they played the Lions and the Cowboys.
I need you back. Good
All
luck,
right, guys.
charm.
Now, let me preface this
I'm on good terms
story.
with everybody.
That's a good luck charm. Yeah, we need you there.
Preface this story by saying, in this story, which he does every year, Jeremy Fowler will survey anonymous coaches, executives, scouts all around the NFL and say, give us a bold prediction for the upcoming offseason. So he's asking for something that's kind of out on a limb. Full disclosure, last season, these anonymous executives correctly predicted DK Metcalf gets traded. So that's one.
Okay.
And number two, even though they had the quarterback incorrect, they predicted that Sam Darnold would go to the Raiders. Instead, Sam Darnold goes to the Seahawks. Geno Smith goes to the Raiders. So they were kind of in line on that one. So they were last year hitting about 20%, 30% from the field. This year, he does the same exercise. Hey, give me a bold prediction for the upcoming offseason. What made this one different was multiple executives, not just one or two, multiple who he asked about this exercise, all said the same thing. They said, my bold prediction is that Lamar Jackson gets traded this offseason. More specifically, Lamar Jackson gets traded to the Las Vegas Raiders. So, guys, it got us thinking. If you were Tom Brady and Mark Davis and that Raiders brass in that front office, and assuming that Lamar Jackson's even available, we don't know if he is, but if he is, would you trade number one this season and a couple of first-rounders in the future, give Lamar Jackson that $300 million contract he's looking for, and bring the former MVP to Vegas? Or do you stand pat, do you take the number one overall pick, you draft the quarterback, likely Fernando Mendoza, and build from scratch that way?
I'm going to go ahead and build from scratch like Grandmama used to make her cakes. You know, building from scratch. Now, you already know, I've said it since my whole entire tenure here, that I thought Lamar Jackson was the best player in football.
So that makes no sense.
This year, I'll tell you why it makes sense for me. Number one, Lamar Jackson went to the Ravens, which was a wonderful and well-run organization that has stability and that believed in him and bought into him. Other teams might not have really viewed him the way that John Harbaugh and that system did and allow him to flourish. They might have bought the hype that he's a receiver, he's a this, he's a that. So that worked out. I don't believe the Raiders currently as comprised have that infrastructure yet. They don't have a coach yet. I mean, they have to figure out their coaching situation, how that's going to work out. They have to figure out who's going to be in the building. Is Tom Brady going to do this? Who's going to have more power? Who's going to have more say? And to me, what you would have to invest to get him, knowing this is going to be a nice, slow rebuild, is going to be wasting the best of him. You're going to waste 2 to 3 years of Lamar Jackson. Is he going to be injured and beat up after that where you don't get the best version of him? When we've also seen teams turn around by taking a year or two, finding your guy, and becoming something. A la the Patriots, who have done pretty well, huh? A la the Broncos, who've done pretty well. And when you take your time, slow build, you get a bunch of draft picks, and you don't have to pay a quarterback a bunch of money off the bat, we have seen historically you're able to win. You saw that with Tom Brady winning Super Bowls early. You saw it with Ben Roethlisberger winning Super Bowls. You saw that with Russell Wilson. And so I would rather build up, see what we got, slow roll this thing. We know it's going to take some time. Use a bunch of draft picks, get better, and find out who we are and what we are. Lamar is incredible, but coming there singularly and what we'd have to give up, then that doesn't make us all of a sudden better simply because it's him. It's not the NBA and you get 28-year-old, 29-year-old, in Lamar's case, LeBron, or 29-year-old Shaq. That's a different situation because what one player can do on a team in the NBA. So I'm not saying it's an easy decision, but I want to get our guy, our quarterback, build up, slow up, get draft picks, get better, build the organization, because they're going to be bad if they get Lamar tomorrow because what they'd have to give up. And it'll take forever to get good, and you might have wasted 2 to 4 years of Lamar. So I'd rather do it that way.
I just think you need a quarterback. And if that's the starting point, because you're out of it. I mean, they didn't do anything well, and there's got to be another plan. Obviously, it can't be just him, and there's got to be maybe free agency, some other situations, okay? But I would always – the idea of getting a Mendoza, and he didn't even play great yesterday. He's fine, and I'm not saying he's not – but there's no guarantee he's going to be anything special, okay? And there's so many bad quarterbacks and guys that people have put energy into and believing that they're the next this or next that. And most of them don't fail. I'd say there's a fail rate of 60%. I'd say it's that high, that most people don't pan out. So if you could – I don't think the Ravens are trading him, okay? I'd be absolutely stunned if the Ravens traded.
Now that I agree with, but I'm playing along with the hypothetical.
I'm just saying, especially you got rid of Harbaugh, so that you're gonna get rid of Harbaugh and the quarterback.
I'm with you in that.
There's no logic there. So that part I don't get. But I would always go for the commodity of the quarterback, and then build around the quarterback. And even if it takes Lamar's 29, right? I'm saying, can he get 5 years? Because it's not about. And I know people winning multiple. It's not. Most organizations would take one. Oh, yeah. Even the Lions. The Lions are what they have. If they can somehow, during this whole thing, now that's what's scary for them, is that if they don't get one with Jared Goff this 5 or 6 years, it will have been wasted. Because nobody's looking for that. It's not about a dynasty and what the Chiefs did or what the pay, because those aren't realistic. And it's the same thing. And we'll see if any of these teams, depending, can win a Super Bowl, with these young guys. You might Drake may, you know what? They might get there. They might lose. And then you go, oh, man. Maybe if we had a more established quarterback or we had somebody. To pass on a 2-time MVP, should have been 3-time, and not want to start there, you would give your organization they would get immediate respect because they have a quarterback who has won, who wins 70% of their games, who always seems to be able to find a way. And we know things always seem to happen against Lamar, and I'm not making excuses, but we've seen the drop passes and the fumbles and the missed kicks and all those other things. I just would always be ready to have the ready-made rather than hoping and wishing. That's just me.
No, I think if we polled 100 people, maybe 60% might be, 65 might be on your side. But the thing for me is, I look at how well the Ravens draft, how well the Ravens scout, how well run they are. They've been that for 20, 25 years now. They knew exactly who they are, what they like. They know the guys they go after. And so they have a system. And the Ravens don't have that. Sorry, Rob G, cover your ears. And so I feel like they need to slowly start to build to that so they can not just have him come over here, be on some billboards and some signs in Vegas, and then just be mid for 5-6 years because they didn't put things around him. They didn't build up. They didn't do that. They had to spend a lot of money to get him. A lot of teams have lucked out.
You have to give to get, though.
That's true. But a lot of teams have hit they got their guy. They have built around good defense. And then all of a sudden, you have a quarterback that's good for 3 or 4 years. You don't have to pay him. And that's where a lot of Patrick Mahomes, you caught that early. Again, I'm named. You got that with Jordan Love. Now he got paid now, but he was good from the beginning.
Well, but they haven't won anything.
You got Russell Wilson. I mentioned. You got Ben Roethlisberger early. You got Tom Brady. I'm missing a couple other guys. What I'm saying is, you can take advantage of the.
I mean, if they didn't win, they got
they had a shot because they could put money elsewhere.
No, but they got a Super Bowl defense, and I'm just saying because their quarterback play.
No, well, that was just terrible. Okay, I can't account for 10 turnovers in 2 games. That's just insane. But my point is, if you can get Mendoza and he's 75% of what the scouts hope he can be, just 75, and you build around that, you get a bunch of young guys early for 3 to 4 years. You don't have to pay everybody. That's what the Lions did, and all of a sudden they got good for a while. And that's what I'm just saying is that you got to start building up like that, building up. And if I got to give up too many picks and I got to pay him too much money early, I feel like we're just going to be stuck with a star, but we're not. We're just 8-9.
Rob G, you're the Raiders fan. They said the Raiders. Where would you be?
The Raiders.
I mean, the idea of having Lamar would be, to me, wouldn't you be willing to build
desperate.
around that?
I'm desperate right now. Now, to Kelvin's point, I think even if you get Lamar, you're not winning anything because the roster is so barren.
No, you'd have to do work.
You'd have to give up everything to get a guy like that. And that's why trades like that don't happen in the NFL as opposed to the NBA.
It's a hypothetical.
Right. But
I'm sure, they might be kicking the tires around.
Even if they were to pull this off, the ceiling on a team like that is like 9 or 10 wins and a first-round exit.
And that's what I'm saying.
Right.
You build up for 2 or 3 years. Now you're on something, and now you're the Broncos. Right. Where you now look like.
I got to say, to your point, Kelvin, and it's even though I disagree with the actual answer, but to your point, look at this current Final Four right now in the playoffs. Outside of Matthew Stafford, you got rookie salary quarterback, backup quarterback now. It would have been rookie salary with Bo Nix.
Right.
A journeyman quarterback who's getting paid like 15th, 17th in Sam Darnold, and Matthew Stafford. So 3 of the 4 are exactly what you're talking about, where we're not paying the quarterback a ton of money and everybody else around
but the
is
only
loaded.
problem with that is go back to the last few Super Bowl winners. They're all the highest paid quarterbacks. I mean, that's the only thing that I hear that and people talk about all the time. But it's not like you can't win.
Well, that's because it's Patrick Mahomes who won all. That's
no. Mahomes won, Stafford won, Hurts won. They're all paid. Nobody.
Well, didn't Hurts get paid after he
Hurts
won?
got paid. I don't think he got paid after the first one. My point about Hurts,
but I'm
and
just
that's
saying,
the guy they were able to get and build around, and that's how they got to such a roster.
But go look at the teams that have won the Super Bowl.
But
they're all nobody's that guy.
And
no,
look, Caleb Williams was a 2-point conversion away. If they would have went for it, maybe got it.
No, but I'm
from
saying
being in this mix too, where you would have said, okay, it's Caleb Williams instead of Matt.
But
Stafford.
give me the quarterback on the rookie contract who won the Super Bowl. There is none.
I just did.
Mahomes did.
Mahomes.
Yeah, that was the only one.
Mahomes, Russell Wilson, Ben Roethlisberger, Tom Brady, and if I look some more, I guarantee there's a couple. Was Joe Flacco paid yet?
No.
Joe Flacco wasn't paid. This is just off the dome.
Go over the last 10 Super Bowls. Not forever. The last 10.
5 of them Patrick Mahomes was in. He didn't
win 5.
I'm saying he's in
he
5
won
of
3. No, but he didn't win. He won. He's in, but I'm trying to tell you because he's paid. Go look at the other guys.
Well, Tom Brady wasn't making top of the market money when he went to Tampa.
Yeah, but he still made a lot of money.
Yeah.
Don't make it like he was.
But I'm saying what you would have to pay to get Lamar.
Name the quarterbacks over the last. I'm just asking you.
It's Brady, it's Mahomes, it's Jalen Hurts, Matthew Stafford.
That's all I'm saying is like there are none of those guys that you're talking about. Oh, go win when you got a quarterback not making any money.
But I just named a bunch of guys who have done it over the last 15
and the other
years.
thing that those teams all have in common is all of those teams that you mentioned of even the last 10, those rosters were loaded. In this scenario, the Raiders roster is not loaded.
And they'd have to give up
a lot to get one great player.
Saying, but when the Rams,
which I would do still.
With the Rams, their roster was loaded, and they added Matthew Stafford with a lot of money.
Yes.
They didn't win by that. They won without having to do what you're talking about.
Right, but they got to the Super Bowl with Jared Goff. And so I'm saying you can get it done. They got there with Jared Goff and a bunch of people around him.
You can't give me anybody who's won in the last.
I just gave you like 4 or 5
in the last
people.
10 years.
We'll go 15 years. I told you Russell Wilson. I told you Aaron Rodgers.
Russell Wilson is 15 years into his career. Stop.
I just told you some people.
No.
As well. All right, we got Trash Talking Tuesday coming up in a little bit as well. And we also got to talk about this. Baseball Hall of Fame class. You're mad about it. So mad you're eating already. We're going to talk about it next. It's the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, on a Trash Talking Tuesday, Fox Sports Radio.
Texans.
Yeah.
And C.J. Stroud, we talked about. You got his numbers there because it was an awful performance.
I'll pull those out.
And we talked about it.
My computer might blow up looking
in
them
the
up.
2 games, he had 10 turnovers in basically 6 quarters, right? 10 turnovers. 5 fumbles, 5 interceptions. He had 4 interceptions in the first half of this game against the Patriots.
Yeah, the completion percentage, what do you think it was?
40%.
Well, good guess, 42.6.
Okay.
His quarterback rating?
24.
You're pretty good. 28.
What was it? I'm just guessing.
28. That's somebody's age. 28?
Okay.
Monty, that's like, hey, I'm 28. That's not your quarterback rating supposed to be somebody who ain't with us no more. You know, exactly. 98, 102, not 28.
And we said this on this show. And do we have this, Ian? We have the sound. Let's go back when we were talking about
CJ Mills. Forgot his last name.
Right.
I missed him. Yeah.
Davis
Mills.
Right, Davis Mills.
That's the law firm.
And whether or not what they should do when CJ came back from injury. I'm going to stick with Davis Mills and not automatically run back to C.J. Stroud if I'm the Texans. And I'm not saying that C.J. Stroud lost his job because of injury or anything. Sometimes you have something going, a hot hand. I think that you could take a look at that. And obviously the defense is playing really well. But what have we talked about the last year and a half? Their offense with C.J. Stroud, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like remember, after his rookie year, go back and look. Everybody picked him to go to the Super Bowl.
They did.
Am I right? Am I overreacting? Pick. It was.
No, you weren't. You were not. That was the sexy pick.
Oh yeah, the C.J. Stroud and the Texans. Oh my God,
he was MVP. A lot of people.
Oh yeah, he's just a rookie. Look at how you going to stop that kid? Blah 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 blah. And it's been raggedy since then, since year one. And here's the other thing. We talked about it going into the playoffs. The weak link was CJ.
Mm-hmm.
And I know people that he appears to be a great guy. I don't know him, never met him, but you could see all the love people give him. TJ Hushmanzada said, I know CJ. Well, I'm cool with him and know what kind of guy he is, which is fine. But even CJ said, still got to win. Like, that's nice, being a nice guy and a God-fearing man and all that.
Reason you lose.
Exactly. And you can't be that when you have a Super Bowl-type defense where you could win a Super Bowl. You could be Brad Johnson.
Yep.
You could be
Trent
Dilfer. That's what they needed CJ to do. And CJ, if you remember, after that first year, he went around on every show he could go, bragging about he was a top 5 quarterback. This is after 1 year in the National Football League. He has not been close to that. Troy Aikman called him out on television that he's regressed. He's not gotten better. And to throw the ball up for grabs. And I got a question and wonder. D'Amico Ryans. I would have pulled the plug in the second half. I would have.
Well, so I asked you that. Remember, we were sitting here the first game.
Right.
I was like, do you go to Mills now?
Because that was against the Steelers when he was turning the ball over.
You felt like you should be up 14 the way that defense was playing, and you weren't even up or whatever it was at that time. I asked you that. I was like, do you go to Mills now?
But that game with the season on the line, 4 interceptions in the first half. That can't happen. That's as bad as it gets. And D'Amico Ryans, he's our guy. We get all that. Some days you just don't have it. What about the rest of the team? They made a mistake. They were still in that game despite it.
Until that last second touchdown catch by Booty.
Which was not Booty. That was some catch.
You was quick on that one.
That was
don't leave me hanging.
That was some catch.
That was incredible. One hand grab. By the way, to your question, to your point about Davis Mills, he was playing well. So
I'm not saying he was the best thing going.
But in the 4 games he played, meaningful, minutes obviously started, I think 3 of them and came in the first one against the Broncos. You're looking at a couple of games of 292 yards one time. Yeah, he missed it. Miami missed it, yeah.
Oh, wow.
2 touchdowns, only 1 interception. Next game, 274 yards versus the Titans, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. Against the Bills, 153 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. So he had 5 touchdowns, 1 interception in that stretch, where he was playing in those 3 games, and they were 3-0. So, he had a case of saying, hey, don't forget about me. Fox Sports Radio. Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on a Trash Talking Tuesday, about 20 minutes or so away from that. So get ready for it in a little bit. Now that Indiana has won the title, be sure to check out the final leaderboard for the Fox Sports Radio Challenge Football Playoff Bracket Challenge. 4 listeners in the bracket challenge had perfect brackets, and winning the whole standings were Kerry Rhodes, who had only had 1 incorrect in the first round, but had Indiana beating Miami in the championship game. So congrats to Kerry and the 4 listeners with perfect brackets. Visit foxsportsradio.com. Yes, right. Shout out to Kerry. foxsportsradio.com. Check out the final leaderboard. You can go do that as well. All right. We got to talk about it. And it's time to discuss Baseball Hall of Fame. You are a voter. You told us your ballot, I think it was maybe Friday you originally said it. And now we have the list of who are in. Andrew Jones is in, Carlos Beltran, and you say, bah humbug to that?
Bah humbug.
Hamburger. What? Hamburger helper?
Hamburger helper. No, I don't want the Baseball Hall of Fame to get to the point where we're just letting anybody in. And it's the Hall of Very Good. I made the point today on MLB Network that if it was the Hall of Very Good, I would have needed 20 votes. If it was like, seriously, there was that many people who have really, really good careers.
Fair point.
So I'm saying that's not where we want to be. We want to make it hard. When I say to you, Hank Aaron, Willie Mays, Andrew Jones, I'm sorry.
Didn't have the same ring?
No. And I do have one of these things where if I have to debate you, probably not a Hall of Famer. Would you say that? Like, seriously.
That's how I feel like that's how it should be.
Right. Like
every now and again, there will be a circumstantial.
That's what I said.
Every now and again, you can convince me, maybe I'm right there. Give me one other point, a narrative I've missed, a stat I didn't see.
But you know what I'm saying.
But I get what you mean. It should be.
It should be the biggest elite
Nolan
players.
Ryan.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Tom Seaver, yes. Clayton Kershaw, yes.
I totally get you.
Justin Verlander, when he goes in, yes.
Derek Jeter, let me think about it. For that person.
Yeah. I'm like,
Derek Jeter, yeah.
You know what's funny is in arguing with Brian Kenny today, he brought up Jeter. Because one of my things was, like, some of these guys haven't even won an MVP. So he said, well, Derek Jeter didn't win an MVP, a regular season. Yep. I said, he had 3,000 hits, which is a number, magic number. I said he batted .310 lifetime. Dude, come on.
Was it 4 or 5? How many?
5.
5?
Yeah, won 5 World Series.
I think that can get you.
Yeah, but 3,000 hits without looking at anything else in his career. Like, you got to have some magic numbers. Andrew Jones batted .254.
Well, hold on.
And here's the other one.
Hold on. I want to build the case for them, okay?
Okay.
Carlos Beltran. It's funny you would mention it, all right? 2,725 hits. Not enough? I know it ain't 3,000.
It ain't 3,000. It ain't a magic number.
Okay. So he messed around and played, I don't know, maybe one more season. He might have got there.
20 years. He played 20. He couldn't get there in 20 years.
Okay, all right. Here's an interesting stat. Okay. So he had, in the postseason, 307 batting average, 16 home runs.
Nice. Nice.
9-time All-Star.
Okay. That's better.
3-time Gold Glove winner.
How many MVPs did he win?
I didn't get to that because there ain't none.
Okay.
And Rookie of the Year back in 1999.
Okay. He started off great. He had postseason home runs. I'm all
435 home runs.
Is it 500?
So he was the Hall of Very Close.
This is what there's a lot of guys like that. Seriously, if you play long enough, what is, just do the math. Rob G, can you do the math real quick? You said 435?
Yes.
And he played how many years? 20 years, correct?
Yes.
How many home runs is that a year, Rob G, in a 20-year career? 435.
That's too much. Would it be 20?
That's not. Do you see what I'm saying?
21 didn't go on the air. I said in your ears. 21.
21.
3 quarters.
All right. Let me throw this at you. Okay. He's only one of 5 players in AL and NL history with 500 or more doubles, 400-plus home runs, and 300-plus stolen bases.
Played 20 years. I'm just not. That don't even move me.
And listen, the only guys who did it were Willie Mays, Andre Dawson, Barry Bonds, and Alex Rodriguez.
Okay.
Come on, that's an elite class.
Rob G.
I'm fighting for my life, Beltran. Carlos.
Can you look up, I just want you to give me this. How many years did Hank Aaron play and how many RBIs did Hank Aaron have? You got it?
Let me pull that up.
I just want you to do this because when you talk about these players.
Who, what, do what?
Hank Aaron played 24 seasons, correct? Can you look it up?
Okay.
24 seasons.
Let's look it up.
How many, Rob G, you find the RBIs. What's his RBI total?
2,297.
How many years? 23 or 4?
23 years.
23 years.
It's about 100 a year.
Oh my.
Averaged.
Oh, my.
Think about, like, the start of your career when you're trying to figure,
Right.
and then at the end of your career when you fall off.
That's kind of insane.
Think about that. He played 23 years and almost averaged 100 RBIs.
Well, didn't nobody say he had to be? That's one of the greatest of all time.
No.
He had to be that.
No, but I'm just trying to say, when you're putting people in the same room with
Rob
people.
G, how many titles does Michael Jordan have? And what was his finals record? It's 6-0. I don't have to be the greatest to get in the Hall of Fame.
That's not. I didn't say to win. Like winning. Hank Aaron only won one championship, so it's not that.
He had 11 seasons with 100-plus RBIs.
Hank Aaron never hit over 50 home runs. Think about that. Here's the other one. When you're just talking about greatness.
Okay.
If you take away, how many hits did Hank Aaron have? Rob G, you got it up? How many hits?
3,771.
Okay.
3,000. What'd you say?
771.
Guess he's pretty good at
If
baseball.
you take away his 755 home runs, Rob G, how many hits would he still have?
Still over 3,000.
That. Even if you took away all of his home runs,
Wait, why are we?
he could
you act
still
like-
get in there.
We're not talking about Hank Aaron. We know he's one of the GOATs.
Okay, but my point is, it's supposed to be the best of the best and the elite of the elite. They started talking about Andy Pettitte. Andy Pettitte has a chubby 3.85 ERA. Come on, man.
Okay.
Go look. What's Clayton Kershaw's lifetime ERA? It's
Off the
in the
top of my head,
twos.
well, I was about to say 2.7,
Rob G,
I guess.
go look it up. It's in the twos. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Andy Pettitte is 3.85. Clayton Kershaw is what? I bet you it's 2.41. 2.51.
2.53.
2.53. Andy Pettitte's 3.85. They belong in the same room?
No. Listen, I was trying to be his Johnny Cochran, or I was trying to defend
No,
him.
I get it.
You know.
You get my point, though.
When Friday when we talked about it, I said he is close but no cigar for me as well.
That's what I'm saying.
But-
I'm not saying he had a terrible career.
No,
He's
he had
a
an
bum.
amazing career. Deion Sanders always talked about that because they were like, oh, such and such is going to get in. He would be like, where? In the
Right.
same hall as me? He said, baby, we better have levels. Like, all right, fine, y'all, but here's the Hall of Fame of the Hall of Fame.
But you
We
said-
over here.
But that's what I'm saying, and that's what people are doing, and it shouldn't be that. You should all be in the same room, all know, like Scott Rowland when he got in, everybody went crazy in baseball because that lowers the standard, and now a lot of people who are very good go, if Scott
That's saying
Rowland's
guys in
in,
the same room with me?
right, how am I not in? And
or that, the opposite. Yeah, if he's in, I got to be in.
Exactly.
All right, that was fun. All right, there you have it. Just,
my panties are in a bunch.
They
Can
were
I
in a
pull
bunch
them out?
Yeah, I was trying to help you out a little bit, unbunch them a little
Look,
bit, make you
on
comfortable.
YouTube, I'm trying to unbunch
Now
them.
your panties on the bunch probably need a dude wipe now. And
Dude-
speaking of, have you
Dude
ever wiped
wipes
it?
like a lady. Doo-doo.
Have you ever wiped with a piece of dry toilet paper and wondered, is this as good as it gets? Well, it's not. Switch to life-changing wet extra large flushable dude wipes because Wetter, get your toilet paper off me. Because Wetter just cleans better. Available at Amazon and at major retailers nationwide. Dude wipes, please. Best clean, pants down. All right, right now, USC Chris is going to get you updated. We got to talk some baseball on the other side as well.
Yes, guys. First off, I had to look up that, but I completely forgot about Colorado. That was like mid-90s or
Yeah.
so. That would have been.
Was that 91? What year was that?
91, 92, I believe.
Right?
Either
Wasn't
way,
it?
that was like the last one who's like the first time ever national champion for their first trophy since Indiana. Also, since we're talking about baseball here, there's a new article out by The Athletic that, quote, Major League owners are, quote, raging in the wake of Kyle Tucker's free agency agreement with the Dodgers, and it is now a, quote, 100% certainty that the owners will push for a salary cap.
We're talking
in the
about
next
that next.
That's next
collectively
coming
bargained
up,
agreement.
yep.
All right, well, I didn't mean to spoil.
No,
I'm
you're
very
good.
at, I'm very good at spoiling movies, apparently, so this apparently is my superpower. Anyway, as you've been talking about, Carlos Beltran, Andrew Jones going into the Hall of Fame. Other news out there in the world of sports, former Dolphins head coach Mike McDaniel has withdrawn his name for consideration for the Browns head coaching vacancy. The Pittsburgh Steelers will have talked to defensive coordinator Brian Flores for their head coaching vacancy. They will talk to Mike McCarthy, former Cowboys and Packers coach, coming up here on Wednesday. Duke University has filed a lawsuit against quarterback Darian Mensah after he entered the transfer portal, claiming he broke his contract with the school, mirroring a situation we had earlier in the month with the University of Washington, that also apparently had some sort of contract in place with another quarterback that tried to go into the transfer portal. Basketball scoreboards going around right now. The Suns with a 74-71 lead over the Sixers. 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Clippers 23-19 with early lead in the first quarter as that comes down to the dying minutes of the first quarter. 11 minutes to go between Michigan and Indiana. Number 3 Michigan still with a 65-41 lead in that game. Number 16 Florida 59-42 over LSU. And number 18 Clemson still holding a narrow... still have to make some ground against NC State, who holds on to a 58-54 lead. 9 minutes to go in the second half. Back to Kelvin Washington and Rob Parker on The Odd Couple.
All right, Chris, thank you. Odd Couple, Rob and Kelvin on a Trash Talking Tuesday. If you want to line up, 877-99 on Fox. 877-99 on Fox. You can line up now. All right, Rob G, we just kind of teased you, said we're going to get a little further in this. MLB owners, we kind of have talked about over the last season or so that this day might come where owners have had enough, especially with the Dodgers and all that they've been pulling off. So the threats are real.
Yeah, and if you missed Chris Professor award-winning update, then you would know that the MLB owners are mad as heck, and they're not going to take it anymore. All right?
Sounds like a movie. Right. Take it.
They were already mad with the Ohtani signing. They were already mad with the Yamamoto signing. They were mad before that with the Mookie Betts trade and the Freddie Freeman
Blake
signing.
Snell.
They were mad about Blake Snell. They were mad about Trevor Glass now.
What are they not mad about is the question.
Now they're really pissed off because this Kyle Tucker situation where he signed with the Dodgers has these owners' panties all in a bunch, according to The Athletic. The owners are, quote, raging in the wake of the free agent signing, and there is now a 100% certainty that the owners will push for a salary cap. They're going to do whatever it takes, including, according to multiple outlets, lockout. That if they don't get this salary cap installed, lockout is coming to make it.
Okay, can I jump in here? What they should be worried about is not the spending, is the owners that don't spend, who take the money from when you got to pay into, like if you're over the cap.
Yeah.
Over the parameters that they have, and you got to pay in, right? Because you've overreached the threshold. Those are the teams. And here's the problem I have. This is where the NBA is, which, Kelvin, is a mistake. How many bums? I don't want to use that word. I'm sorry. Did I say that? I didn't mean to say that.
No, he says your stomach hurt. You needed Tums. I
said, how many Tums do you take if your stomach is hurt when you eat bad pasta?
Yeah, I got
right?
you.
Okay. How many also ran players in the NBA are making ridiculous contracts?
There's a bunch of them.
Okay, and you know why?
They got to pay them.
Because there's a floor. Rob G, you notice. Kelvin, you notice. You got to spend the money. Somebody on your squad has to get paid this money, even if they're coming off the bench, even if they're getting 3 points a game and 2 rebounds. They're making $18 million, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even paying you to stay home.
That is real stuff.
I mean, come on. This is what happens when you do the floor. And you force people to spend a certain amount of money regardless. There's only a handful of great players. What you want is for the Pittsburghs to get involved or say, we got to bow out. We're not big enough to be a major league city. I'm serious. Like, that's what people don't want to hear. I would be fine if baseball cut down to 24 teams.
I think
I'm
a lot of
serious.
leagues need to consider that.
24,
32, 30,
right.
30 teams, and there's some thought process.
24, and then you have better players to choose from. All of the borderline guys get pushed out because they're not good enough.
Mm-hmm.
My only point is I'm not for a salary cap if you're only going to make bad teams pay money for bad players. That's where I'm at.
You and I have talked about this, and we disagree on the floor because for me, the floor at least creates where you're trying, right? And I know you're going to pay some bad people, but you can be in all earnesty trying your absolute best and still pay the wrong guy. Like, that just happens. That's just part of the game. You could pay a big name and he doesn't pan out. You could pay a big name and they don't have the right team around him. It doesn't work. So I do believe you can't just don't penalize me for I'm out here trying if you're the Dodgers or even in the Mets. I know it didn't work out, but you're trying at least. And the other teams, and we talk about it, I told you the dirty secret in sports, a lot of owners are A-okay just making 10% every year, 10% every year, 10%, because you make a lot of money after a decade goes by. You looked up, 100% of what you put into it can happen. And so a lot of owners aren't trying to get better. At least that can kind of sort of force them. You got to spend some money. You got to try to get better. You might as well. But I do get your sentiment. Here's the other thing. We keep talking about this as if all these teams who spend this money guarantees wins. The Mets didn't even make the postseason, and they have been spending big money for years.
There's the point. Like, we could go through the major markets and the big teams. The Dodgers before this run hadn't won since 1988. The Chicago Cubs, 100 years they hadn't won.
Exactly. And the Yankees haven't won
since
quite some time.
2009.
And look at this,
the Mets, 1986.
And what do we talk about all the time? Up until this year, it was the first time a team had repeated in 25 years, and more specifically with the NL, like 50 years.
Right, since the Cincinnati Reds in the 70s.
So that'd be almost, 50 years. So my point is, this isn't an issue where it's happened. Now, again, I understand the Dodgers mess around and three-peat, and then they go find whoever else next offseason. Then it gets like, all right, I can understand the frustration. But to me, again, teams like the Yankees wanting to be a part of these conversations that maybe we need to have some type of lockout. It's kind of crazy because the Yankees have been, hey, big spender for so long. Now they want to be, part of this. So I don't get that. All right. Ready for it? Call in. Trash Talking Tuesday, 877-99 on Fox. 877-99 on Fox. Rob, we will what? We will not.
N-O-T.
We will not interrupt. That's right. Hit us up, 877-99 on Fox. It's Trash Talking Tuesday coming up next with the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. Well, look, I look at it like this. One of the things the Giants need is somebody to come in and especially after Dabo, set a culture, set a path. This is where we're going. This is what we're about to do. And this is how we're going to do it. That is what Tomlin, those types of guys are the best at. Dan Campbell, certain guys are good at that. Getting the mission. Hey, everybody focus. All eyes in. We're going on this way and getting the kind of the camaraderie going. Now, you need folks around them to say, yeah, we're going to do that, but this is going to be an offensive scheme. This is going to be a defensive scheme. This is how we're going to do it. And if you are him, you're looking at this Giants team, you're saying a couple of things. All right, what am I walking into? I'm walking into a quarterback that has some talent, but I need to get his attention. And I think he's the type of guy that can get some buy-in so that we're not having Jackson Dart say, did you not watch my high school tape, my college tape? This is who I am. It's football. I'm going to keep playing. No. John Harbaugh is the type of guy who can talk to him and say, look, man, you have a long career ahead of you. You're needed. You're wanted. This is what we can do. This is how we can benefit. And you remind me a lot of a guy like Lamar. Now, he ain't Lamar, but you get what I'm saying of your ability to pass, ability to run, ability to get the crowd into this. I bought into Lamar. Everyone else is telling me he's just an athlete. Use him as a slash. Use him as a receiver. Return kicks and return punts. I said, no. This guy's a quarterback, and we're going to build around him. And we can do the same thing to you. And you can get some buy-in with that. You got Malik Neighbors coming back, one of the better receivers. You got Scatterboo, who's having a really good season before he ripped his ankle off.
He might be a one-and-done kind of guy.
It's possible. But I'm not even disagreeing. That's possible. But I'm saying in my mind, if I'm John Harbaugh, I've got this coming back. I got Abdul Carter, one of the better young defensive players, and a couple other defensive studs on that side of the ball as well. And I just think you look at it and you say, I can get this team to start buying in, start going somewhere and going in the right direction, where in a couple of years, you're very competitive. In a division in which the Eagles are still the Eagles, we don't expect them to be terrible next year at all, but Commanders, we don't know what that's going to be like. We don't know what the Cowboys are going to be like as well. So you got a chance to be, in a couple of years, maybe after next year, once you get stable, make some noise in your own division. So to me, it makes sense for them to get that guy, to get them and start buying in and building something. And if you're him, you got weapons. I don't know if the other teams that are available have more weapons than what the Giants will have by the start of next season.
I totally disagree. If I'm a team looking for a coach, I'm running the other way if John Harbaugh is coming. I understand that you're going to kick the tires or whatever, but if you can't win with the talent he had in Baltimore, with a 2-time MVP quarterback, with Derrick Henry, a running back who's headed to the Hall of Fame, and some of those defensive players that they've had, that you can't win with that squad, like they didn't do it for 2 years and they didn't win. Okay, no, they had like 6 years and weren't able to get it done. I'm afraid of John Harbaugh because he had all this talent and wasn't able to get there. And before Lamar got there, they were a bad football team losing. Like Lamar saved him. So now you're looking at it and going, well, they win a lot. Yeah, because Lamar's on your team. He wins 72% of his games.
You know how I feel about Lamar.
Right, like, he does. And I'm just afraid of John Harbaugh because I don't know what he does. You just said it. He's the CEO. He doesn't call plays. He's not on defense. He was a special teams guy who got a Super Bowl out of it, right? And has been able to stick around for a long time because Lamar came around and saved the day and saved his career, but he couldn't get that team to execute. And here's the other thing that would just make me run from – I would not hire John Harbaugh if I was ownership, or front office or executive or whatever. The 18 blown double-digit leads in the fourth quarter, oh, God. That's an oh, God, because that is on the coach, because that they can close out games that they should have. And I told you, when they scored 40 points on the road in Buffalo to start the season, and you lose that game, dude, beginning of the end, and it never came around. You know, they won a couple games, but I just never. And that's why, even though that was my Super Bowl pick, what did I say against the Steelers? I didn't pick them.
Fox Sports Radio. Odd Couple. He's Rob. I'm Kelvin on the Trash Talking Tuesdays. Get to your calls here in just a second. For over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, for what, and for where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. They will come to you. TireRack.com. It is the way tire buying should be. It is now time for Trash Talking Tuesday.
Don't you ever talk about me! It's Trash Talking Tuesday.
It's your teeth, Reggie. I don't know whether to smile at you or kick a field goal, man.
All right, let's get to it, Rob.
All right, let's go. First up, Vince in D.C. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio.
Who you trashing, Vince?
Man, I'm trashing Rob Parker.
Go ahead. I'm not saying anything.
All right. Okay. So I'm a long-time listener, right? And I don't know how many times I've heard Rob praise Joe Burrow for choosing to go to Cincinnati. But then you say Trey Young has decided he didn't want to be in the NBA no more because he decided to go to the Wiz. Man, make up your mind, dude. You're usually my man, Rob, but make up your mind on this one. I'm out.
All right.
All right, there you have it.
Vince pimp slapping me around.
Yeah.
Tim.
It wasn't a full pimp. It was like 3 fingers.
Yeah.
He didn't commit.
Chili Tim in Atlanta. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. Who are you trashing, Tim?
Chili.
I'm trashing everybody. I'm trashing everybody that's calling the IU championship dirty money. And here's why. IU just started what Craig James and Eric Dixon did back in the days when SMU was a small school trying to compete against Austin and down in College Station. Was that dirty money then when they were bringing bags of money in? Of course, they got the death penalty, which was wrong. But was it dirty money when Cam Newton's father was out here acting like he was trying to build a new sanctuary while he was all just fattening his own pockets? Was it dirty money when Jameis was out here getting crab legs and winning championships? I mean, was it dirty money when the guy that played for Miami last night and he was in Athens driving a Lamborghini and Georgia decided, no, we're not going to give him Lamborghini money to throw interceptions, which he did for Miami. No, what Indiana did was took, whereas Georgia, Alabama, Ohio State, and Oregon, was out here shopping at Coach and Gucci and for Birkin bags. He took Walmart, and money and paid it out and built a team and just did it. So it just beat them at their own game. It wasn't dirty money. If it's dirty money for them, it's dirty money for everybody, and it's been dirty for years.
All right, Chili. Appreciate it, Chili. Thank you.
How about Rockin' Rodney in Waco, Texas? You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. Who you trashing, Rockin'? Rockin'.
We got both of them. We got Rockin' and Rockin'.
You guys.
Oh, you trashing us?
Snap.
Wow. All right.
Y'all didn't do your research about the Raiders-Ravens trade for Lamar Jackson. What do you think the Ravens would say if the Raiders called them and said, hey, we'll trade you Max Crosby?
We can't talk. This is what we don't talk, so keep going.
That's it. All right. I hear you. We laid it out, and we said that they'd have to give up a lot, and we would figure that Crosby would be involved.
I like Crosby.
That's all. Right.
Still
all
Lamar.
Right.
Lamar.
877-99 on Fox.
Who we got?
Joseph in Indiana. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. Who you trashing, Joseph?
I'm trashing Kyle Tucker for leaving my Chicago Cubs to go to L.A. Why did you go to L.A.? You could have stayed in Chicago. You could have brought this thing in a second World Series. You broke my heart. Just stay, Kyle. You're a sellout.
Yeah. Listen, he's with the Evil Empire. Gonna get that smoke now.
Wendell in Michigan. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. Who you trashing, Wendell?
Hey, guys. I am trashing BJ Edgecombe.
Go ahead.
The reason for not going to dunk contest, I mean, he didn't give one. And I think that because the OGs and the older players like Zach LaVine and Zion are going to compete, it's up to the rookies to do it. And even though he's probably going to skills challenge, I want to see him in that contest.
No doubt. I get it.
All right, appreciate it.
Whatever happened to Zion and Ja? Remember they tweeting out, I'm going to do it if you do it. And Edwards, I'm going to do it if you do it during the All-Star because McClung kept winning and they were hating on him. Where was that at?
MJ in New Orleans.
Matter of fact, say that. I'm trashing them next.
Fox Sports Radio. Who you trashing, MJ?
I'm trashing Phil Knight and the higher-ups at Nike. And 90% of the blame goes directly to the king of capitalism, LeBron's Ramon James Sr. Dropping the LeBron James 23 Honor the King in teal-color signage of the Lorraine Motel in Memphis, where Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated April 4, 1968. The word equality is written on the hill. Nike's commemorating moments throughout James' 23 NBA career. Sneaker drop is meant to pay homage to LeBron's 51-point performance against the Grizzlies in Memphis on MLK Day back in 2008. This is beyond disgusting, disrespectful, and despicable. Totally tone deaf, not reading the historical room. What's next? The LeBron 25 and Tupac and Biggie Smalls colorways? Damn, damn, damn.
Thanks, Esther.
Oh, shoot. Thank you, MJ.
Hey, Rob G, what you got? Who you trashing?
I'm trashing the Odd Couple.
I knew it. Rob G hates
it's
us.
It's probably both of you, but at a minimum, Rob for sure, because at least he saw the tweet, and so he knows what I'm talking about.
Okay, let me see.
I had this idea for a remix for the Caleb Williams song, and I put it out on Twitter. And I should have been called that day by one of you guys or Mary or somebody here said, we need to put this on wax. We're going to use it during the show here in hour 2. Not a single person called me to get the audio, so I'm going to sing it to you right now.
Oh,
just imagine the beat in the background.
Okay.
And then I saw his picks. I'm not a believer. Yeah, he's thrown 5.
Okay.
Thanks to overtime.
Oh, God.
I'm not a believer in Caleb. I'm not a believer. I couldn't believe even if I tried.
I play your Kerry Rhodes.
Unbelievable.
One of y'all should have called me and got that on the track for yesterday.
You know what's crazy?
Why you ain't text me? You know I would have did it.
Because I put the tweet out. I thought you would have
I
seen
don't be
it.
on Twitter like that.
It's
no,
funny.
you
Rob
should
saw it
have
and he responded. He called me salty.
I said you were salty. And it's funny because Martin Weiss also wrote a song that I thought I was going to record. And it was about the Beatles' Let It Be, saying the Bears have no D. And it was pretty good. But Alex wasn't here. You know what I mean? Rob G wasn't here.
The defense wasn't the problem. Rob G version was better. It was the picks. It wasn't a defense.
You went full CJ Stroud. You never go full Stroud.
Whatever.
You never go full Stroud.
Be quiet.
There you have it.
You guys make me sick. All of you.
That's what we're here for. It's the Odd Couple. You know what time it is. It's your boys.
Let's get it. The Odd Couple is fun.
Check.
And informative.
Check.
What's up, America? You want to talk sports with 1.5 of the best-looking guys in the game?
That game was incredible.
You are wrong. You'll be king of the water cooler.
What's it like working with Rob? Rob in his mind is like Chris Rock mixed with Richard Pryor, so I'm running out of fake laughs. Ha ha, Rob. Rob is very passionate.
Son, you ain't ready for this. Well, I don't have BS in my game. I'm straightforward. I'm honest. You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. And, of course, it doesn't hurt that I'm right most of the time. Kelvin is the nice guy, wants to make everybody feel warm and fuzzy.
You done? Let me tell you the truth. I bring the energy, a youthful energy. Rob's not going to see this, is he? And I bring an honest opinion.
Michael Jordan, I can't take it anymore. I need a break. I'm going to go play baseball.
Trash Talking Tuesday is the best.
It's a great opportunity for folks to call in, and they get to trash whomever.
Who you trashing, Roger?
I'm trashing LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Oh, okay.
They can't even hold Wilt Chamberlain's shoes.
Stop talking about the king like that. It's a new era. Let LeBron be the best, please.
I only recognize one king in the United States, and that's Burger King. The connection with the Odd Couple audience is incredible. We really invite them in.
And they can relate, whether it be things about our own personal lives or our takes on sports.
Love you guys. You guys are killing it.
Hey, we appreciate you. Thank you for rocking with your boys. They feel like it's just my guys, just my friends, and they join right in on the show.
We talk with the listeners, not at them.
Obviously, you can listen to us live, but you can still check out the podcast. You can check out our YouTube. You can check us out on social media. So in any way you want to get it, you can get it.
Yes.
There's some yelling. It is some hot takes. It's a whole lot of fun. I'll give you that.
It is fun. I agree. Begrudgingly.
The Odd Couple.
Sports talk that's too good and too fun.
Something spooky, I'll do for you. I'm just
Well, Indiana might have lifted the trophy in men's football, but on men's college basketball right now, they trail number 3 Michigan 79-62 with just under 3 minutes to go in the game. Elsewhere around the world of college basketball, number 16 Florida holding on to a 74-55 lead over LSU, 3 minutes to go there. Number 18 Clemson all tied up with 2 minutes remaining against NC State. They've battled back to square this game up. Number 25 Miami of Ohio with an 82-86 deficit against Kent State. On hardcore for the professional side, the Spurs have taken a quick 38-28 lead over the Rockets at the end of the first quarter. The Suns with a 102-86 lead over the 76ers. 2 new members of the Baseball Hall of Fame. Carlos Beltran, a 9-time All-Star World Series champion, goes in with Andrew Jones. I'm Chris Perfett.
I've been covering this league since 1987.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
It is the Odd Couple on a Trash Talking Tuesday, a spirited edition of Trash Talking Tuesday. We got our comeuppance. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, here on Fox Sports Radio. And have you ever wiped with a piece of dry toilet paper?
I have.
And wondered, is this as good as it gets?
I did.
Or did it rip?
And the moment I was like, dang, there's got to be something better than this.
All right, it's not. Switch to life-saving, wet, extra-large, flushable dude wipes. Doodle, doodle.
Oh, boy.
Wetter just cleans better. Available at Amazon and at your major retailers nationwide. Dude wipes. Best clean, pants down.
Roger, can we get some dude wipes? Where they at?
Get some?
Yeah, let's get some dude wipes around here. Listen.
I think Bo took the whole box home. Bo, no? The dude wipes?
It was actually Shay.
Shay took the dude wipes home?
Yeah, that sounds like a young person. Like Shay would
Shay
do that.
has them in his backpack. Sorry, Shay.
Hey, you know what? I ain't never doing a crime around Mary.
I know,
The
Mary.
snitching, we ain't even have to tie you down. The snitching came out easy.
I didn't even see a tail on you, Mary. Wow.
Man. She got straight to it.
I kind of don't like.
Wow.
So.
All right. She said.
All right.
The team goes brrrr and just got straight to it.
And be sure to check out our YouTube channel. You want to do that, just search Odd Couple FSR in the YouTube again, Odd Couple FSR, and make sure you subscribe and you do that and much more. It is the Odd Couple, and we got a lot to get to. Coming up in about 28 minutes, Buck Reising, Fox Sports Radio weekend host, 104.5 The Zone in Nashville, and an Indiana alum, so you know he was
you knew he was feeling it.
Baby oil heavy last
Get
night.
me some like earplugs, because you're gonna be yelling at him. He's gonna be yelling.
I'll
back
be yelling.
about,
We're gonna
they
yell.
were great, and they were. You know they weren't.
Buck, be ready for it. Buck and the Preacher Man. That was the movie. You remember that?
No, I don't.
You don't remember that?
Dang,
Rob G, you ever heard of that movie?
I know he ain't heard of it.
Look it up.
Buck,
Isn't that Richard Pryor? Buck and the Preacher Man?
No, Richard Pryor to be the all-time one of the greatest, if not the best stand-up all time. The movies wasn't really hitting the way they were supposed to hit.
Okay.
And they talk about that
Who
Eddie
was it?
Murphy, Buck, and the who?
Preacher. That wasn't Eddie Murphy. I mean, that wasn't Richard Pryor?
No, you might be right, but I'm saying Sidney Poitier.
Oh, is that who it is? And
Wait a
who?
minute. That is a brother who I don't. Who was that?
I thought
That was Harry Belafonte.
Oh, Harry Belafonte. Okay, I'm sorry.
All right, now it might be good. Look at you, undersold it. Harry Belafonte and Sidney Poitier are not the same as Richard Pryor acting.
I thought it was Richard Pryor.
Richard Pryor acting is.
I just remember that Buck and the Preacher Man. Okay.
Harry Belafonte just rolling around his grave right now with you.
All right, here we go.
All black people look alike, according to you.
I didn't say that. Rob G, of course, all the great talk now about Indiana is, of course, being that they went undefeated and they won a national championship, is, of course, the hyperbole that they're the greatest team that ever.
Why are you underselling it, Rob? Why are you underselling? Rob, the Indiana Hoosiers.
Rob G, I'm just giving it to real.
Became the first team in over 130 years of college football to go 16-0.
With a 27-year-old on the team.
16-0. Yes, sir. These Hoosiers have done something that nobody this century or last century had ever done. 16-0. They just completed the perfect season. The average margin of victory, 27.1 points per game. The fourth highest by any undefeated champion this century. So, guys, when you do something like that and you make history that big, is it fair to say that Indiana has a legitimate claim to be the greatest college football team ever?
No. Now, did I give them the credit for being the greatest turnaround in history? Yes. One of the better fun stories in college sports in the last 30, 40 years? Yes.
Dirty.
You know, would you want to – Kurt Cignetti, one of the best coaching jobs? Yes. You can go down the line. When you're talking about best college teams, I got to hit you with the – Mary, hit me with a hold-up. I got to hit you with a hold-up on that, all right? Because there's multiple reasons why, Rob G, I'm hitting you with a hold-up. Number one, the team was designed, and it's not just their fault, and credit them for being the best at it, but they were hitmen for hire. It's just a bunch of guys. Some came from James Madison, a bunch of other guys. You don't know them. There's no storyline. And as far as like all this team, there's no build-up. There's no history with these guys. You don't know them. You literally only know the quarterback, Mendoza, and we didn't even know him prior to this season. There's no star quality to them. Also, they beat a good team in Miami, a heck of a team. But they didn't beat an all-time team. And some of these other teams that I'm going to go down here in a moment, they beat very, very good teams to win because they had beat teams that have been together. They beat teams that have history. And so, to me, that adds to the element. So they're not on this level. And you're talking about just top-end talent? Let me remind you of the 2001 Miami Hurricanes. Don't even forget the 2002 Hurricanes as well. Ken Dorsey was their quarterback, but listen to this running backs. Clinton Portis, Najee Davenport, Willis McGahee,
my goodness,
Frank Gore. That was the backfield. Tight ends, Jeremy Shockey, Kellen Winslow Jr. And then you go to defensive line. The defensive players you had, Jonathan Velma, DJ Williams had, of course, we know Sean Taylor, God bless the dead, Ed Reed, Antrell Rowe, Phillip Buchanan, Mike Rumph, all good to Hall of Fame level defensive backs. So when you're talking about some of the greatest teams, they're not that. They're not also the 2019 LSU team. They're not that as well. So to me, and they're not the Leinart, Bush, Lindell White, and all those guys, USC teams as well. So for me, they're really good. It was a really fun story. Took over college sports, maybe even all the sports for a little bit. But no, they are not on those levels of some of the other teams that I'd mentioned. Simple for me. And that's coming from a guy who loved the story. It was great. It was fun. What a turnaround. But no.
I'm with you. I just think that there's too much here. Transfer portal, older players. There's just a lot of stuff that makes you not feel as great about it. They did it. They did it in the current rules and everything that they have, right? But you know this too. There's a huge advantage when you talk about players in that age, the difference between being a 19-year-old and a 27-year-old or a 25-year-old. Would you agree with that? Like that there's one guy is a man. One guy's a man. And the other guy is becoming a man. And I think that you're able to dominate somebody like that. You know, when you play, I can remember playing my nephew, Alvin, in basketball, you know, as he was growing up and trying to beat his uncle. You know, that whole thing, you know, in the backyard. And every year or, you know, at a certain time in the summer, I come in over there and then he would try to beat me. And that's when he was 14 and 15. And I was, you know, and then at some point, he wanted to beat me, right? Because he grew up and all that stuff. And the same thing here. These are men against boys. And that's why when you talk about the average age is 23, right? Which is outside of when people graduate at 21 and 22, normally 4 years. You're telling me to have the average be 23, that there are 27 and 28-year-olds, right? To take you to that height. Everybody's not, because there are 18 and 19-year-olds in there as well mixed in, and 20. Right. So the average to be 23 means you got some people who are 25, 26, 27. I saw a number, and I think they had 47 players who were between 22 and 25. 47. It's a ton of players.
Oh, yeah, he did. Listen, and I told Rob
And that's
G.
why I just have a problem with trying to crown them as the greatest college football team ever.
And that's why, to me, again, they did what they were supposed to do to win in the current system, the way things are structured. But when I think about them as a lead, and you're talking about one of the best teams ever, no. I mean, I still don't even think they're better than that Vince Young Texas team. I mean, so there's just been some really, really good teams that I can't just vault them over. I mentioned that LSU team with Joe Burrow in 2019. That was incredible. I mean, my gosh, is every single receiver on there incredible receiver now in the pros? I mean, so you just look at some of these teams and the talent-wise. I think he got the perfect guys who bought into a system, who were like soldiers on the field, who played his way. They all older, so they knew their role. They were great. They had a big point differential. They beat everybody up, but they're not one of the great teams of all time, if you're asking me. Again, I mentioned that Texas team with Vince Young, those USC teams that were here with Matt Leinart, Reggie Bush, and Pete Carroll. You talk about, again, you might even say a couple of those Alabama teams with Nick Saban. When they had incredible guys on the defensive side of the ball, running backs, couple of receivers, Julio Jones and such. I mean, there were some teams with much more top-end talent. Rob G, I think you disagree with us.
You guys could not be more wrong.
Come on, man.
It's ridiculous.
What?
And unlike
you better
y'all,
get to explain. You got some
I'm
splaining
about to
do.
bring facts to a feelings fight. And so it's going to crush everything that you guys have been saying for
you
the
better
last 8
that
minutes.
01 and 02 hurricane, you're going to have a lot of work to beat
Go
that.
ahead. I want to hear
Here's
this.
the thing. Full disclosure. They do not have the top-end talent the Hurricanes did, LSU with Burrow and Chase and Jefferson, even like 04 USC. They are not going to have that NFL talent. But let me quick tangent, like apples to oranges kind of, but follow me for a second. When we talk about the greatest teams in NBA history, talking basketball, you'll say, hey, Showtime Lakers, Bird Celtics, the Jordan Bulls, Shaq and Kobe, KD, Steph, Warrior. Like you have these groups that everyone says these are the greatest teams of all time. If I were to go man for man down the roster and say, compare the rosters of Shaq and Kobe's Lakers versus the Showtime Lakers, everybody would agree, top to bottom, Showtime's roster is light years better than what Shaq and Kobe were doing. However, if I were to say in a 7-game series, who's winning that series, even the people who are saying Showtime would say, you know what? Shaq and Kobe's team would give them problems because of Shaq would do this and Kobe would do that.
I don't know.
Blah, 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 blah.
Because
right?
they did lose to the Pistons.
The three-peat team, I mean, the Showtime lost a couple times too, so it's not like it's
I'm just saying.
What I'm saying is when you're comparing great teams, it's not always just about how loaded your roster is. It's that team at that point in time for that season was awesome. Like there's one particular team from the Bird Celtics years, I think it was 86. That one team is better than all the other teams.
Some
they had
people
in
say
that
that might be the best team ever.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's how you differentiate the greatest roster versus the greatest team. And when you're talking about Indiana, not only do they go 60-0, something no one has done in over 100 years, right? What they have going for them is that they went undefeated during a time where they didn't just play a bunch of tomato cans and light up a bunch of Virginia Tech South like Miami did in 01. They played the 15th toughest schedule this season in the country. 9 of their opponents won at least 9 games. Miami was the Hoosiers' 6th team they faced this year, ranked in the top 10 at the time of kickoff. Of those 6 games, only 2 of them were single digits. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
They blew the doors off Oregon twice, which is finishing in the top 3. Alabama, Illinois, by a combined score of 187 and 45. So even though they don't got Ed Reed and 14 all-pro running backs like Miami did, even though they don't got the all-world backfield like USC, they don't got Vince Young, they don't got Chase, Jefferson, and Burrow, when they were on the field, nobody could touch them. There's a reason why they got the highest point differential in college football history this side of 1 year of Clemson.
You know, but everything you said was cute. Everything you just said was cute. But hold on.
At what point do you just say, hey, on the field,
because
when this team plays this team, they are the best team?
Because the quality of the teams that they're beating is not the same. Texas had to go through that USC team we're talking about. That's and go undefeated. That is a credit. They lose one. But that's they're undefeated. That's my point. To go undefeated, that's already tough enough in that era of college football. And to then beat that USC team that oh my gosh, this is one of the most amazing teams ever, That's a feat. And what I'm saying is, because of transfer portals and all of this in college, you're not playing the best guys. You're getting a bunch of guys who are swooping around. You're not getting teams that have unity over 2, 3, 4 years, who are all in, who know what they do. You're putting guys together, mismatch, and the quality of the football has gone down, if you ask me. Because, again, it's just a bunch of teams putting around, put this guy's patchwork. You're not going through teams who have been built through it, have gone through it for 2 to 4 years, and now you're facing them. So, yes, they ran through a bunch of people who are similar to them. Carson Beck, and you got players who are trying to get a 6th and 7th year, so they go to another school and play
They're
at other
beating
places.
grown men with other grown men, but they're still beating
And you know
them.
who they're beating? They're beating grown men who should or might not even be in the NFL. Look at that Miami team. Half the daggone team was in the NFL.
Right.
They were beating. That's an incredible team.
If we're basing it just on NFL,
No,
rosters,
but those
then
guys-
Alabama would have one of the greatest teams ever, and no one says that any of those Nick Saban teams is one of the greatest.
I
teams
just
of all
said you could be. You were
Nobody
walking
is
around.
saying.
You were
Then why
walking
do they
around.
lose? How do they lose games if they're the greatest team of
Because
all
they were
time?
playing other great competition. That's my point.
A 9-6 championship game against LSU.
Indiana
was great
ain't playing the top the best competition. College basketball, you got some of these teams with all we talked about this last season. I brought it up. You got some of the better teams with all these old 24, 25.
Right.
That don't mean they're a good team. So the conversation was one of the great teams. We're not saying they didn't have a great season, and they're not one of the really good teams of all time.
You're Kelvin, spot on. No one's saying that. We just don't believe they're the greatest college football team that ever
Heck
played.
no.
877-99 on Fox.
You did a good job, though. Robert Cochran. You were Robert Cochran. You was fighting for your life, but you
sure
did a good
were.
job. You almost got off.
The Hoosiers are the greatest team in college football history. I say yes. The odd couple says no. I'm right there wrong. Where are you?
877-99 on Fox. We want to hear from you. It is the Odd Couple on a Trash Talking Tuesday. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, stick and stay.
Unless you stealing all the dude wipes in the U.S. of A.
my.
Hey, where they at? We need some.
I did not put in a protest ballot because people are going to think it's a protest ballot.
Okay.
Because I didn't vote for anybody.
What you mean?
Wow.
Let me go pull this ballot up right now.
I got a blank.
Let me go pull this
I
ballot
got a blank. Yeah, you can't find it.
Rob,
Here
you
it
need a
is.
pen?
No.
I got a pen if you need to fill it in.
Is that what happened? You ran out of time? You had to just submit it?
It's blank, and I did not see anybody on here who's Hall of Fame worthy. And then let me give you some names because people are saying, what about Andrew Jones?
Yeah.
No, sir.
What
What about Ryan Braun? No, sir.
I get
What
that,
about
too.
Carlos Beltran, who last year got 70%, I think, and he didn't need 75. I didn't vote for him last year, so of course I didn't vote for him this year. Of course, there's Andy Pettit, Manny Ramirez, A-Rod, Jimmy Rollins, Chase Utley, Omar Vizquel, David Wright, King Felix. Nobody. And I blame this because Scott Rowland got in a couple years ago, and he was mid.
We talked about that.
And he shouldn't have got in, so everybody thinks that they should get into the Hall of Fame. And it's not the Hall of Fame, the Hall of Very Good. You should be the absolute best and rank up there with the all-time greats. And one of the I look at numbers and stuff, but my whole premise is if me and you have to debate, Kelvin, about a player, you're not a Hall of Famer. When I say to you, Hank Aaron, do you have a debate for me?
No.
And they go like, well, there's different degrees of Hall of Fame. No, there's not. You should be the best of the best. If you have some magic numbers, 500 home runs, 3,000 hits, 300 wins. Now a big stat for pitchers is 3,000 strikeouts because so few guys have done it. And almost everybody who has done it is in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
So that's another magic number for me.
This magic moment. Let me ask you this.
Who are you
Are
looking
you
at?
never going to forgive And Barry Bonds, I don't even know if he's
No, I voted for Barry Bonds
Okay.
every time. I voted
He's
for
on the
Roger
list?
Clemens every time.
Because of their prior to the
No.
Okay.
They were never suspended by baseball. Okay, here's why I can't vote for A-Rod.
Because that's where I was going.
And Manny.
A-Rod and Manny.
Once they put the rules on the books that you couldn't use the juice. Because prior to that, they didn't test for the juice. So I can't, if they're not testing for something, how can I blame you, right?
That's fair. That is
Once
fair.
they put it on the books, Manny got busted like 3 times. A-Rod got
Twice.
busted, right? And then had to sit out for 200 games,
Yep.
if you remember, or whatever the number was. It was some crazy thing. That's why they don't get my vote.
Okay.
Andy Pettitte was really good with the Yankees. Never won a Cy Young. He doesn't have anything other than he was really
just
good.
really
He was
good on a
very
really good team.
On a very good team. And I'm not
He
taking.
can't get a Draymond Green Hall of Fame vote?
No.
Because you know Draymond's going in because of that. I was really good on a really good team. I was one of the good players.
That's why we don't respect the Basketball Hall of Fame either. I'm just
To Rob G's and our point, I'm just going to throw out some people, kind of this era, who eventually will obviously be retired and then eventually be in the league. You tell me, like,
I'm go ahead.
Freddie Freeman.
Yeah, Freddie Freeman.
Okay.
I mean, without even, I think he'll be there.
okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think he'll be
Mookie?
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mookie's won 4 World Series.
Okay.
How many's won? Is it 4 now?
Yes.
With the Red Sox?
Three with the Dodgers.
Yeah, and,
Yeah, 4.
and one with the Red Sox.
2018 with the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he won an MVP.
Scherzer.
Yes, let's see. He's
Verlander.
Yep.
Kershaw.
Yep.
Watch this one, Raji. Ohtani.
No. Not yet. Not yet. He's only played 8 years.
Racist.
Not one of
Racist.
That's got to be racist.
Not yet.
Boy, if that boy stopped playing baseball tomorrow.
He ain't in the Hall of Fame. If he stopped tomorrow, 8 years, not enough. I'm telling you.
What?
He don't even have a lifetime 300 batting average. Go
Why
look
does
at
he have to have that?
I'm just asking you, does he?
Well,
He does
I don't know,
not.
without looking, I mean, he might be like 288.
He don't have a lifetime 300 batting
Rob
average.
G. Do you feel it to Fox Sports Radio? Top 5 black folk family reunion song. What you think? This is come on, Rod. Pick that dollar up.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, one of those ones right here. Mary Mack on the ones and twos. It's the Odd Couple. Rob Parker, Kelvin, Washington. And let me tell you, now that Indiana has won the title, be sure to check out the final leaderboard for the Fox Sports Radio College Football Playoff Bracket Challenge. 4 listeners in the Bracket Challenge had perfect brackets, and winning the whole standings was Kerry Rhodes, who had only one incorrect pick in the first round. Shout out to Kerry, but had Indiana beating Miami in the championship game. So congrats to Kerry and the 4 listeners who had perfect brackets. Visit foxsportsradio.com to check out the final leaderboard. Buck Reising, Fox Sports Radio weekend host, 104.5 The Zone in Nashville. He's an Indiana alum. Speaking of Indiana, he'll want to talk about that. We'll do that in about 5 minutes or so. All right. 877-99 on Fox. Rob G. Smokes Crack. Oops, did I say that out loud? Listen, we all enjoyed Indiana's run. But trying to convince us Indiana is the greatest college team ever is crazy work. 877-99 on Fox. We ain't that odd today. We even couple on that one. We agree. What say you? 877-99 on Fox.
Orlando in El Paso. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Orlando?
Hey, what's up, guys?
How are you?
Indiana, good. Listen, Indiana had a great season. They were 16-0. They went undefeated, but they're not. They're a top 10 team, and they come at 10th. All right, they're good for what they did. But the greatest teams I've seen is 2001 Hurricanes, 2019 LSU, 240 USC, 2005 Texas, 95 Nebraska, 2020 Alabama, and 18 Clemson.
There you go, Rob G. Did you hear those schools?
They're nowhere near that. They're nowhere near that. All right, listen, 2019 LSU, now in the NFL, those 2 starting receivers are the number 1, number 2, however you want to sort them out in the NFL.
And Joe Burrow went to a Super Bowl year 2.
Hello. Appreciate that, Orlando.
Yeah. Shout out to Orlando.
Andre,
talk some sense in the Rob G.
in Massachusetts, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Dre?
How you doing? Thanks for taking the call. I have to concur with Orlando. Indiana is a great team. It's a tremendous story. It's also a textbook example of why NIL, the transfer portal, and these new graduation requirements have broken college football. The system is clearly broken based on this achievement, and we know this because what Cignetti has done is he's brought Alabama and Nick Saban stability to the chaos that is modern college football. He's combined those 2 things, and what you get is a champion. When you have a team full of 23-year-olds that are going to execute and do exactly what they're supposed to do versus these other AAU teams, they are going to win. Because all of these other, there's no stability. These other teams, they already have 1 foot out the door to their next destination, to their next payday. It's a completely mercenary system. So when you put this Cignetti team against an actual college team, as you've alluded to, that's been built for 2 and 3 years together and has supreme talent, they'll destroy this team. Because they have the same stability, but just superior talent, and we know what the result's going to be. So it's a great story. I'm happy for Indiana. I'm happy that we can have this moment, but the system is absolutely broken. Thanks for taking the call.
No doubt.
All right. Let's
Fired up. I thought it was Trash Talking Tuesday.
No, very nice. Sean in Sacramento. Sean, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up?
Yo, my uncle from another mother, cousin Kelvin, and my brothers behind the board. What up, Mary? Man, this must be the Meshuggah couple today, because Rob G the only one with some sense, man.
Wow.
In an era where everybody can go to any neighborhood in the United States and offer their kid a little chunk of change to come play for their college, and Indiana of all schools pulls this off, I don't want to hear it, Rob. Dade County has some of the best athletes in the entire world, and yet Miami falls victim to Indiana. And not only that, but just by the sheer nature of today's NCAA football, you don't just go in there because media said you're number 1 and number 2. You got to go through the gamut of all the other top 12 teams, and they still pulled it off. Rob G, go ahead and make yourself comfortable on the big chairs, brother, because just like where Rob Parker said that RG3 is a cornball, brother, you ain't wrong, bruh. You just early.
Oh, wow. I
Late.
ain't going to say nothing. I'm done
Truancy, he's so late. Getting kicked out of school, he's so late. All right. Buck Reising on the other side. We'll ask him about this as well. USC Chris, get the people updated, please.
All right, guys, we got some big news out of the NFL. This is still developing, but according to Diana Rossini and multiple other outlets right now, former Dolphins coach Mike McDaniel is expected to become the Chargers' next offensive coordinator.
He bucked the Lions for the Chargers, huh?
I think they wanted in for Petzer. How do you say his name? I think they were targeting him.
I used to get the Peltz candy. Is that the
Pez dispenser?
Pez.
That guy looks like a Pez dispenser too. I gotta say, he is expected to be meeting with Jim Harbaugh and the Charger staff throughout the night here. So we will see. We'll try to get you updated if that news becomes officially official. Earlier in the day, 2 new members were elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame. Carlos Beltran, 9-time All-Star and a World Series champion with the Astros, goes in, along with 5-time All-Star, 10-time Gold Glove winner Andrew Jones, who had 434 home runs in his Major League career spanning from 96 to 2012. Let's get you to the hardwood scoreboards right now. Number 18, Clemson went down. NC State in overtime, taking down Clemson 80-76, a big upset in the ACC. Number 3, Michigan dispatched Indiana 86-72. They, of course, still have the football championship to at least keep themselves comforted in that. Number 10, Michigan on the court, early 13-9 lead there. Number 21, Georgia 20-10 over Missouri. In the NBA, the Suns closing out the 76ers 116-107, about 20 seconds to go there. The Spurs are about to take a 61-51 lead towards the half, 2 minutes in the half there. And the Timberwolves out to an early 25-20 lead on the Jazz, 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Kelvin and Rob, back to the Odd Couple.
Thank you. Have a great night, Chris. Appreciate it.
Yes,
it's the
sir.
Odd Couple. Rob and Kelvin on a Trash Talking Tuesday. And for over 40 years, Tire Rack's been helping customers find the right tires for how, for what, and for where they drive. Ship fast and free. Backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options. They will come to you. TireRack.com. It is the way tire buying should be. Joined now by Buck Reising, Fox Sports Radio weekend host, 104.5 The Zone in Nashville, Indiana alum. So I know he's excited about this. And I've been enjoying the story.
I'm not buying it, Buck.
Rob
I'm
ain't
not
buying it, Buck.
It ain't a Disney movie. It's a dirty movie.
Come
In
on
this
now.
movie, Buck, Cinderella's pregnant. I just want to know. I'm not.
You're nuts, dude.
Listen, if Cinderella was on South Beach last night, she would have gotten pregnant too.
That's a good point.
All right? It was crazy. Boys, I appreciate you having me on. What aren't you buying, Rob?
I'm buying it. You
walk
know.
me through it.
Here we go. 27-year-old on the team, average age 23, $2 million quarterback, $20 million coaching staff, top 10 in payroll, if you want to call it that, for college, and all that, and Mark Cuban writing checks like they're going out of style. It just doesn't feel like a Disney movie. It just doesn't feel good to me.
Talk
it feels
some
good
sense
to you,
Buck.
Buck?
Talk some sense to him, Buck.
I don't want any Disney movies. Get out of here. I want the Mercenaries, baby.
He
Are
said
you kidding me?
Expendables.
They picked off a $3.5 million quarterback to win that game. I don't feel bad about that one bit. I wanted blood last night, and Signetti is a killer. I was in South Beach for that game. I flew home to Nashville this morning.
Are you serious? That must have been a wild scene, huh?
Brother, I am hurt down bad tremendous today, but we are going to battle through it. I couldn't bail on the Odd Couple, God knows.
We appreciate
so
that.
I watched that game and was delighted because I'll tell you, gentlemen, that was only my second Indiana football game in my entire life.
I believe that, and you're an alum, right?
That's right. The first one was Friday in the Peach Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
We don't go to football games. Now we care about football because you mean all we have to do is spend as much money as the big boys and we can go out there and get a title? Man, keep your Disney movie. I don't like Disney movies anyway.
Hey, you know what? Answer this too. As great as you feel, I'm going to jump out on a limb and believe that you are still a realist. We just had a conversation. I don't know if you heard it. Rob G is trying to convince us that Indiana is the greatest college football team
We're
ever.
not buying it.
Neither one. I've been loving the story. It's been great. I've been opposite of Rob here for the last few weeks, but settle down with the greatest team of all time. That 02,
No, I'm with that.
01 Miami.
Even here's an alum, Rob G. An
Yeah.
alum is saying it ain't
Thank
so.
you.
Buck,
Thank you,
right?
Rob, I appreciate you caping up for us, but it's okay. We don't got to go that far, especially because I live down here in SEC country, which, by the way, delights me to rub their noses in it.
Oh, I know they're not. I know they're not.
Listen,
happy.
Indiana, Ohio State,
Michigan.
Michigan. Yeah.
It's crazy. So, yeah, it's certainly not the best college football team of all time. What they did was incredibly impressive. The fact that anybody could have had that $2 million quarterback, for what it's worth, Rob. Fernando Mendoza is not like some hot commodity or anything like that. Cignetti turned that team into it. And I don't know if they'll be as good a team next year, even though they're acquiring more talent through the transfer portal and all these different things and taking advantage of all the different opportunities that the current atmosphere of college athletics allows us to do at this point in time. But they're not the Miami Hurricanes of 2001. They're not. I wouldn't even argue that they're the LSU Tigers of 2019. There have been so many excellent undefeated college football teams that have a greater talent profile than this Indiana football team. The thing that makes Indiana so remarkable is it's a bunch of 2- and 3-star dudes. Like, yeah, they're older. That veteran experience matters.
It matters.
Cristobal won't stop paying veteran quarterbacks because he knows how much easier it makes winning at that point in time in Miami. But I couldn't, I'd struggle to put them in the top 5, even though what they did was awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate him being a realist, right?
Yeah, no. He's realistic in that standpoint.
Moderation is key.
Where do you go from here if you're college football? Okay, so the SEC's got to feel like, what's happening here?
Yeah, we used to have a stranglehold on it, right?
Exactly. And now people are looking at it. Now somebody's saying, who's our most wealthy alumni since Mark Cuban wrote all these checks? You know what I mean? And start to ask, do we want to do this? Do we want to Mike Wilbon at Northwestern? I'm just saying.
Send us some money.
Right. Like who's got the loot?
Yeah.
Because they got the blueprint. It's right here, Buck.
Boys, did you not see Kenny Dillingham, the Arizona State coach? He's out here being like, surely there's somebody in the state of Arizona that can cut us a $20 million check and get this program.
This is about to get weird. This is
up
about
and
to get
going.
really
That's what
weird.
it is. Like it's an arms race until honest to God, until the federal government gets involved with the governance of college athletics the way that they probably need to. Not that the federal government's doing a bunch of great stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say,
But
please.
like that, at
no
some
executive
point,
orders, please.
there
don't make me
needs
start
to be
doing my voice.
some level of legitimate oversight because we've all known that the NCAA is a toothless and gutless organization for years upon years upon years at this point. They have let this situation devolve exponentially.
Kelvin and I talk about it all the time because when push came to shove and they had to pay the players, they still, Buck, didn't want to do it, so they left it open for a wild west.
Now here we are.
Rather than regulating it, if they would have come out of their pocket, give some of this TV money that they're giving to the students.
Yeah, we are not far away from union. Well, I wouldn't say not far away.
I agree with you. There's going to be a players' union.
It's got to come. Anytime big money like this, it has to come. Hey, we're on right now. Buck Reising, Fox Sports Radio Weekend host, 104.5 The Zone in
and
Nashville.
your voice is ridiculous. Come
Indiana,
on, Buck.
It's
ridiculous.
You ain't doing play-by-play out there or something?
But buddy, it's drowning in tequila and smoke
That's
from 11 last
My
night. All right,
goodness.
we're chemically enhanced at this point in time.
Hey, let's go to the NFL. I know obviously you were excited about Indiana, but I know you watched some of these games as well. Let's go with Josh Allen. I'll start there. Some people believe that he's not getting enough smoke. If this were Lamar Jackson, if this were some other players, they would get more smoke than Josh is getting. What do you think of that? What are your thoughts on Josh Allen, his 4 turnovers in that game?
I think whoever has that opinion that he's not getting as much smoke as Lamar Jackson is completely accurate. Like, I don't know why Josh Allen has to be babied in such a way.
Because Dan Orlovsky's on First Take and on Get Up, and that's his guy. And he made, you know what? He didn't tweet the entire game except at the end to say that the referees blew it on the calls. Like, he didn't, no other commentary on the game.
Sloppy with the ball at halftime, before half.
Buck, that was the biggest play, the one at the half where he gave up the football in 3 points.
Yep.
Yeah. No, it's brutal, and I say that as somebody who respects Dan's work a lot and values his quarterback analysis. But at a certain point, you fall victim to what we all do to a certain extent. If you have a certain opinion about a player and you want that opinion to be proven correctly, then you may shy away from criticism of that particular player when they fall short in the biggest moments. It's happened to all of us at some point in time, whether you realize it or not. And the fact that Josh Allen, I don't get the kid gloves because this was the chance, right? And I understand it's the worst Bills roster that he had to do it with, but they let that get away from them in a huge spot, in a moment that was opportune for the taking. And now Bo Nix won't even play in the AFC Championship game.
100%. It was crazy. I do want to ask you with the Titans naming Robert Saleh as the new head coach down there.
Tell him how you feel about that.
Yeah, well, of course I am, Buck. I didn't like the way he handled the Jets, not the wins and the loss, the way he handled that whole situation in New York. It just didn't. He feels like a defensive coordinator to me, not a head coach. What's the talk down there? Are people excited to get him?
Oh, yeah, but I mean, the Titans are a poverty organization. I say that as somebody who's covered them for, I mean, this is going to be my 10th season at this point in time as a beat reporter. And they were, they're lusting after the one that got away, which was Mike Vrabel, because ownership made a lot of bad decisions here. Mike's back in the AFC Championship game for the first time since 2019, which is the last time the Titans went and were mattered in any kind of meaningful way. And Titans fans are drunk and naked in the streets because Robert Saleh is just not Matt Nagy, who they thought they were on a collision course with at this point. And the fact that Mike McDaniel, I'm sure you guys have talked about it, just took that Chargers OC job. That was the dream team, right? Solid DC or solid defensive-minded head coach calling the defensive plays. Mike McDaniel here to help Cam Ward. And I honest to God, hate it for Cam because I think he's in such a bad spot here, and they desperately need somebody who is going to facilitate the growth and production of that young quarterback. And Robert Saleh, without an offensive coordinator, is not that.
Yeah. I mean, you'd think you'd want to build up your first-year rookie quarterback who had no real help, no real weapons, and was, at times you could see a good throw every now and again, but you said, man, get this kid some guidance and help, and they didn't get that. They went the opposite way with defense. But maybe it can create something where it's the Texans, except he doesn't have to go full C.J. Stroud. Just, don't hurt us, Cam. We can get a defensive team.
Never go full C.J. Stroud.
Never go full C.J. Stroud.
All right, last thing we do want to find out about Mendoza and how he translates into the NFL. Do you have a feel for that? I mean, it's so hard. I told Kelvin earlier, I don't know, maybe 60% fail. It's a hard thing. Even you could play really great in college and still not be that guy in the NFL. What does Mendoza bring, and can he be that kind of player?
Yeah, I would defer to the personnel people that I've talked to in the NFL about this, and they feel pretty confident that the skill set translates at the next level because obviously the athleticism, the traits matters, the potential, the ceiling matters, but it's really about the acumen and the work ethic, and frankly, just the toughness that this dude has. I mean, Miami went out there for blood. They were trying to kill that dude on every play, and he gutted it out in the biggest spot. If you're going to box score scout him, he's had a bunch of games that look like last night where it's not overwhelmingly impressive. But I don't know how to define it, and I would leave it to the athletes in the room to tell me about momentum and clutch gene and all these different things. But the way that dude can manifest the success in the most important moments, that's his Heisman Trophy case. It's what's going to give him the opportunity to succeed at the next level. And, yeah, he's a bit of a nerd. Not a bit of a nerd. He's a goober. God love him. But Tom Brady is going to eat that up because if you have a football nerd in the building with Tom Brady, you can actually put Tom Brady to work in a meaningful way instead of going out and getting like Pete Carroll and Chip Kelly to run your team.
And then all Tom Brady has to do is help him get him the defensive signals to other teams, and then he might win some Super Bowls.
What do you want him to deflate some balls too while he's at it?
I'm just saying.
Baby, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
All right, Tuck rule that. Hey, Buck, we appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Great pleasure.
No doubt. Buck Reising. Give him a follow. Buck Reising.
I used to watch his show on NBC. Oh, that was Buck Rogers.
That was Buck Rogers.
I'm sorry.
How many other Bucks you know? You done named every Buck show, TV, movie,
Buck
everything.
Williams. Buck Williams played for the New Jersey Nets.
We were talking about Buck Williams earlier.
Yes.
All right. On the way, last call, 877-99 on Fox, 877-99 on Fox. Plus, we got to talk a little bit about Jimmy Butler and his injury and how that affects the Warriors. It's the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
My buddy Mike Springer, a longtime friend of mine, we're on a group text, and he swore up and down. I tried to tell him that if the Bills didn't win the game, Sean McDermott would get fired. You crazy, Sean McDermott. Oh, my God, look at what the Bills did. We talked about it. The path that they had, everything, no Mahomes, no Burrow, no Lamar, right? And then the other quarterbacks who were there in the way, they were all beatable so that the Bills could, if not now, win. If not now, win. And they turned in a stinker. 9 years is enough. I know a lot of people in NFL America woke up and they were shocked. I was not shocked. I called for this guy's job last January when they lost. Last year. The Bill 9 years. It ain't enough. You got to get it done. You can't. And I'm going to tell you, when I knew if they didn't win that game, when it was all over. At the end of the half, when they're good, they have no timeouts, a little bit of time, and he fumbles at the 32 or whatever it was there with 2 seconds left. They gave up 3 points that were playing hero ball. What was the plan there? That's where the coach has to step in and say, kneel down. Kneel down. Don't turn the ball over. We can't give up points. Instead, they turn the ball over, give up points, and that wind up costing them. They would have been up by 3. They probably would have won the game, didn't have to go to overtime, and that whole thing. And that's when I was like, this is coaching. And I know, Josh Allen, terrible game. More turnovers than a bakery. That was the theme of the weekend.
Well, someone else had an even bigger bakery.
Exactly. We talked about him as well, and we'll get to that. But I'm not shocked. I'm not surprised. It's justified, and I keep saying it. We said this before, that there will be hell to pay if they didn't make the run to the Super. They had to get to the Super Bowl. And I am not surprised. Enough is enough. 9 years is a good, fair run for a coach in the National Football League without getting to where you want. They didn't even get to a Super Bowl.
Right.
The old Bills teams, they at least lost in the Super Bowl. They lost 4 times in the Super Bowl. This team hasn't even gotten there.
And you know what? Here's the thing. One, I agree with you on 9 years is a long time with one of the best players in the league. Not 9 years of just, hey, I've been coaching the Titans for 9 years, okay, or the Panthers who are, trying to get good. You've had Josh Allen, and okay, the first little bit he has to grow, get better, but let's just say the last 5 years he's been Josh Allen, right? He's been the guy that we know. And you haven't been in a Super Bowl, and you never want to start to become in numbers and the stats and a history of things that aren't good. For instance, they have 91 victories under him from 2019 to 2025, or the most ever over a 7-season span without a Super Bowl appearance. Because most teams who win that much, that means they're on to something, they got something cooking, they're good, they at least get to a Super Bowl. And then you talk about this, the fact that he's 0-3 in the postseason in overtime, which means you can't get it done. 0-5 in overtimes, period. Josh Allen hasn't won an overtime game yet. You accidentally went to overtime, got down, defense stopped him, we kicked the field goal, we won. Yeah. Like, you get one of those just by being Josh Allen or by being a good team if you're the Bills. So I look at a couple things, and also this from all your Perry Masons and all your law and legal court shows. Precedent. If John Harbaugh, Mike Tomlin are gone, what do they both have in common? Super Bowl champions.
They won.
At least they walk in with that in their backpack to say, hey, I know it was a while ago, but at least I got one of these, and I got some of this, and I got playoff appearance.
It ain't that many coaches walking around
with those. If they can get the smoke, voluntary or involuntary if you're Tomlin, if they can be gone, Sean McDermott can surely be gone. You've never even been to one. And they've
been
shocked
to it this morning? Were you really shocked?
It's shocked because of the name, not so much the result. You get what I mean? Like, if I just told you, John Harbaugh, Tomlin, these guys who have these names, you go, oh, wow, but not by the result. Because we had talked to him. He'd probably been the biggest name coach to me on the hot seat the last 2 years or so. Always kind of in the mix. Ooh, I don't know, McDermott. What if Josh Allen had another coach outside of McDermott? His name had been percolating, if you will, for a couple of years. So it's not as shocking, the result. It's just that's such a big name in a year where we've had. Usually that would have been the biggest name. Fox Sports Radio, Odd Couple. Banger. Nah. On a Trash Talking Tuesday. This reminds me of high school so
sound
much.
like Colin was singing that.
It's the hurt. Real quick. I don't even know why I'm about to ask him this, Rob G. I was going to say, okay, you've been doing this career for so long, you might be the worst person to ask.
Why?
I was going to ask.
I got experience.
Best job you've ever had. And I don't mean media. I'm talking like coming up kid job, working at a mall, working at a fast food restaurant, anything like that.
Mine is a shoe store.
A Kenny's? Wasn't it Kenny's?
No.
Which was it?
Stride Right.
Stride Right. That's
no,
right.
I loved working there.
Okay.
Shelly Zimmerman, Roxy, all those guys.
Nice.
That was great.
I loved it. All right, Mary, you're still young. You might be this. Best job.
Vans, hands down. Actually, no, Zoomies in college.
Okay. All right. Zoomies, Rob G?
It's here. I mean, I've only had 2 real jobs my whole life. So,
really?
Yeah. Here.
You didn't have like a Wendy's or working like
You said he never worked fast
I worked
food.
at a law office in the back doing like filing.
Yeah.
And then I worked in another law office doing PI stuff, and then here.
That's unbelievable.
Can I change my answer?
Yeah, you sure?
Do internships count?
Yes.
Then my internship at the recording studio.
Oh, yeah, you did have that. Yeah,
That was lit.
Yeah, it was literally.
Literally.
Here I am talking about shoe store, and she's talking about a recording studio.
Yeah, that was a little bit.
What was yours at
McDonald's?
You like
the reason I
working
brought
there?
that up was because of this song. We would, it was that era. It was like 95, 96, 96, 97, whatever it might have been.
So what happens when a mouse gets caught in the fryer? What do you guys do?
Scrumptious. What you think you've been eating all this time? Every time you go get your 6 nuggets, your little cheeseburger. You think that's a cheeseburger? We just flatten that mouse out. We flatten that mouse up and make you think it's a burger patty.
I had a burger with a tail on it.
All right,
so
you thought it was a French fry. Mm-hmm. No, McDonald's was lit.
No, I'm
Me,
just kidding.
Vic, Brian, Zuhair, Janelle, Lubna, all the whole
remember
gang.
everybody?
Yeah, 'cause it was a time of your life in 15. Free food, everybody from high school. As soon as class was over, we'd all go work at McDonald's. Come on, it was lit.
All right. Is it time for last call?
It is now time for last call.
So now when I see you, I'm going to say, can I have a Big Mac?
Well,
fries?
you remember the commercial in the 90s, right?
Right.
Who was there? Calvin. Remember the commercial
Right.
with the young brother?
So you gotta-
Calvin got a job. So I had to deal with that. And then when I really worked there and somebody walk in and see my name tag,
Say, hey.
I guess Calvin do got a job. First of all, it's Kelvin. Can't
Thank
get
you.
it right.
You got to get it right.
Oh,
All
my
right.
gosh.
Obi. No. You are the last call.
Obi, he was nervous.
You're the last call.
Oh,
here
Lord,
on
I'm the
Couple
father.
Fox Sports Radio. Mary,
was shooketh.
Mary doesn't have the right one
I
yet.
love pushing that button,
That's the
though.
wrong button.
Obi was
All right,
shooketh.
Obi, what's happening, my man?
How you guys doing?
Good.
Now, this is the ultimate recency bias. I mean, I'm a little disappointed with you, Ralph, because you're the old guy in the room to bring out these older teams. What about Notre Dame? What about Florida State?
Yes.
What about Colorado? What about Nebraska? All these Oklahoma. Come on, man.
This is the
just
world we
recency
live in.
bias.
Everybody
This is
thinks
just
that
recency
everything that
bias.
happened now is better than anything that ever happened.
Exactly.
Hold on,
Thank you for letting me be the last
no.
call.
Obi, let me tell you something. Obi, thank you for the call. Obi, go
Yes.
ahead. What I'm not about to let you and Obi do is have an old man fest here and act like you wasn't just talking about Caleb Williams is the best thing you've ever seen in your life because he had 2 or 3 good throws.
I didn't say that.
Don't
I
do
said
that.
he's the most
Don't do it.
exciting right
no,
now.
Rob G, you weren't here yesterday. Please talk some sense. I told Randy Parker, because Randy Donuts, he had the glaze going crazy yesterday.
And you know what?
He said better than Otani. Better than, I said Steph Curry Flurry is still better than Caleb.
You better not. And Elijah, I sent him a text today. You know what I called him?
What did you call him, Benedict Arnold?
Yes, you know I did. Rob G, right? I'm like, Elijah put out that
I hit him
meat
early. Hey, Rob G,
Wait a minute.
I was on TV. I did it at like 5:45, and maybe that's a little too early.
Wait a
So I
minute.
sent it for later.
You had him put that together?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
You thought I
can't
was
believe
joking
that.
in the text?
Yes, I did. I didn't know that.
I'm about to show you right now.
I was like, unbelievable. Can you
9
believe that?
a.m. And the reason why it was 9:00 because it was really 5:45, and I was like, I'm gonna stall him out. I ain't gonna do the Rob. Elijah, HRU. I need a montage of me roasting Rob about glazing Caleb's, and then all the Dunkin' Donuts and all that joke. Yeah.
When I saw that,
But
I
you
was
loved
like,
it, though.
I was like, really? Elijah did that to me?
Because
Wow.
it ended up being just a highlight of your hilarity, and you loved it. Look at him, Rob G. He loved it.
I'm sick.
Elijah, don't do it again. Do it again. Elijah, you better not ever do that. Make sure you do it tomorrow.
Elijah, feel better, my man.
Yeah, feel better,
You never
Elijah.
see Elijah not be in.
That's true, man.
That's true.
Everybody's sick, dude. It just,
Yeah.
I mean, well,
Get
except
better.
you.
I'm not sick. I wasn't sick. I've never been sick.
That man got to have boop, boop, boop on his deathbed. I'm not
maybe I'm sick. The Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon is coming up next.
I never miss your radio show. I never hear it, so I never miss it.
Did you hear that?